Oh, you're just starting.
Wow. Yep. It was that quick. We're live. Well, yep. John said that's it. So I went live.
Let's make sure everything is working. We are in the shop.
We got people here already. Yeah,
it's
cool.
Friday night. The camera's over there now. We moved some stuff around.
We moved a lot of stuff around.
See,
I'll give them a preview.
Yeah, preview. Sneak
Which
preview.
one I want? 3?
3.
Yeah, you see what we have in here.
Oh, well, I guess go to 2. You can. Well, that was a sneak. That was a sneak. No more right now. Just go. That's just the sneak. Okay.
Okay, there. So now we're back to this. BNR, Raw Dog. I'll let you. You always say hi to everybody.
Oh,
and
okay.
I kind of took over. I'm sorry.
Okay. Scooch over your way. Do you not have enough table? Do I need to move this more?
Shaking up the whole thing.
Straight bullets here. Tom Anderson, Raw Dog, BNR Racing, Hippie Long. Tim, Cutter Down Garage, Patrick Sullivan. Welcome to the stream, everyone.
Inspector Bruce.
Everybody whose name I just said gets a single point just for
Bruce?
saying hello.
Inspector Bruce, you didn't say his name.
Where was he? Oh, I'm sorry, Bruce. You also get that 1 point. And at 9 o'clock, we start giving out points. It's an on your honor system. I give the points. I don't have a database. I don't got a spreadsheet. I award the points. You keep track of your points. It's that simple. It's a little deal that we have there, you know, a little community trust built in. I trust that you can sort of count. If you made it here, you probably know how to count, and that's good. BNR Racing, you get 3 points for being the first person to make a comment at the start of the stream. Raw Dog, you get 2 points for being second. Tom Anderson, Stray Bullet, Mike N, Hippie Long, and Vintage Adventurer Drives, you get an additional point. So most of you have gotten 2 points or more already at the start of the stream. I'm being generous tonight. I'm happy because we are beginning a
Nick special guest
Nafsinger.
Nick Nafsinger.
Welcome to the stream, Nick.
One of my pilot friends from way back.
He was telling me stories.
Airline pilot now.
From ages.
On Slant Daily Garage.
Hey,
Paint here.
Professor
What's up,
P. Welcome to the stream.
Hope
you guys were you guys all watching Mr. Wilburn talk about his No Name Nationals event. We're looking forward to that. This project.
Now Singer says no points for him.
No.
His first night here, he's already figured out the point system. He wants some points.
You'll get points. You get points. Stick around a little while. We'll give
you know how you get points? See, I'm getting old, so I forget stuff, and I really have a hard time remembering everybody's names and everything.
Oh yeah.
So when I'm trying to think of like a car designer's name or some famous pilot or something like that, and I go, I can't think of their name, and I'll say what they did, and somebody will go, oh yeah, they'll put the name up.
This person or that person.
Kim will give them points. Okay, so I got to walk off camera for a second.
I already planted some some radishes. 3 kinds of radishes.
Off camera, yes.
Yeah, 3 kinds of radishes
I got it
in the garden. And we planted, what are these? The co-op sells these peaches and cream corn.
It's not creamed corn, but...
It's called peaches and cream. They know that.
So,
Vintage Adventure says, I forgot to order seals on Wednesday, so I'm waiting on the rain to go away now. A little dry time, and I'll have it on the ground.
Which seals? Which seals? Vintage. Go pick them up in his Pinto.
He says he's getting a Harbor Freight ad. That's another way to get some points here, is when people call out an advertiser, somebody gives us money. Just for being here, hanging out with you guys. That's great. So we're awarding you points if you tell us who is the generous advertiser who has given us pennies. So Harbor Freight has given us a penny. 2 points to Venture Drives.
We have no control over who the advertisers are. They that's basically because of what you search in Google and what you talk about and so forth.
Yeah, but they know if you're here that you probably like cars and tools.
Right. So a lot of times it's, we just like to know who it is.
Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Get down tonight.
Oh, can we see the Studebaker? Oh, yeah, good. So if we get a
There's
super
the
chat,
Studebaker.
we turn on the
He
Studebaker
he
lights and Kim dances.
he wired up some wig-wag lights so we can, if I can find the cord, the Studebaker does a little 12-volt flashy thing, which is kind of neat. And yeah, so 38 racing progress, that's good. Uh, are you going to be able to vid the CUDA? The CUDA?
Oh, probably
Oh,
that's
somebody else's CUDA-ing.
yeah.
Straight Bullet, you do not have 1,137 points yet.
Sean O'Brien's here. Good evening. I was trying to think of his name last night. Remember?
Yes,
And
you were. Why? In regard to
I
what?
don't remember what it.
He
Oh, it was
does.
about 3D printing, and
Oh, 3D
we were talking about
printing.
doing some 3D printing.
We were trying to. So we have these. I've been working on the Bronco 2, and I'm converting it from fuel injection to carbureted. And I cut these parts off of the fuel injection system to where they mount to the manifold. And if we had a 3D printer or a water jet printer and could make these, it'd be so much. I was trying to cut them out with the plasma cutter, but that is not my thing. I'm embarrassed to even show you how badly my cutting with the 3D printer is.
With the 3D printer?
I need to stick with
You mean with
the
the
angle
plasma
grinder.
cutter?
Yeah.
Yeah, she made plasma.
I made plasma. That's about it, though. I wouldn't even, But so, anyways, I need to figure out a way to make these things, meld at the absolute accurate spacing so they mount to the manifold, and then I can put a carburetor on top and vroom, 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 vroom. So that was a thing, but that's sort of a little side project. That's something to do on a rainy day when he ain't around and there's no stream to do and I'm just bored. Who needs 3D printer when you have vice grips? That's right. And nothing
we
a little.
have all kinds of cutting tools, but a 3D printer, I just remember looking under the hood of.
I bet you his Sean O'Brien has some really nice stuff.
Beautiful stuff,
If I clean this up really good, will this tape stick to it? This tape is really sticky.
That's casting. I don't know if that. Why? What do you want to stick tape to it for?
I'll just tape it to the carburetor.
Maybe put some rivets through the tape.
Rivets? Do we need all that? So, snapped a head stud today. Ugh!
Oh, and you got it out by hand. Isn't that nice? Nice snap off with a piece sticking out.
Just under 1K. How did it snap? Oh, man. You can't trust anything these days. I'm sure you didn't do it wrong. I'm sure you know how to use a torque wrench.
Raw Dog, I have not seen Mexican Spec.
Dawn is here. Welcome, One-Eyed Cat.
I just haven't seen it today.
Raw Dogs loves Nitro RC trucks. I've never owned one. That would be a cool thing to have.
Mexican Spec, didn't he have another vehicle to deliver or something? That's a guy that, think about Mexican,
I don't know what he's
Mexican
up to
Spec.
right now.
Hangs out here in all the channels and everything, but when he's got work to do, man, the work comes first, doesn't it? He takes care of his customers
all the time. We don't pay him. If we paid him better, we'd expect him to be here. Honestly. Red Hornet, I apologize. I have been neglecting your comments. Although he did say to do a little dance, and I did the little dance, so I guess I haven't been completely ignoring him. But he was saying about, he asked us how life is in the garage tonight. It's warm. My feet are still cold because the concrete slab is freezing.
78 degrees in here.
But it's nice.
And
I'm sweating, but also my feet are freezing.
I am comfortable.
Yeah. I need to wear thicker soled shoes and thicker. Red Hornet also said, tape it to the carb. No soup for you? What? What's wrong with taping it to the carb?
Empty.
I made a deal with the guy that I could record working on the CUDA. He's even going to pay me as I go. For those listening, I'm going to be working on my buddy's 73 CUDA 340 soon. That sounds awesome, Vintage Adventurer. I hope that we get to see some more of that. He says I've been doing the swap to drum brakes on my 71 Satellite. Oh, it's the wheel seals. When I was turning the drums. Oops. I think, doesn't your Valiant, it doesn't have the wheel seals, or it has the original ones that are just completely
Oh
roached out?
man, do you have any trouble getting wheel seals? I used to just, God, I worked in front end shops like 40 years ago, 50 years ago. You just get this stuff, and now it's like, oh man, I can't get the stuff,
Colleen is here. Welcome to
or
the stream, Mama M3.
it's harder to get the stuff. Well, and Aunt D, you missed Aunt D at 9:09.
We got all our friends here. You guys are great. Aunt D, welcome to the stream. Just had a Mazda ad.
That's
You get 2 points. So anybody who does mention an ad, I mean, get the brand name. Don't just throw out, I had a car ad. Like, tell us who it is. And as long as you make the comment, as long as you throw it out there for us to read, even if I miss your comment, you automatically get 2 points, because we love that people advertise on our stream, because it helps us all, right? Because if we had to pay to stream to you, like if you use, what's that thing that people use for meetings? Somebody's going to get points because they're going to tell me. You log in, you have to pay for that, right? But if we do it through YouTube, YouTube pays for it. We don't, like, this is free. You don't have to pay, we don't have to pay. But there's advertisements. Like, well, we can live with that. What's that meeting thing I can log into?
I
I'm
don't know.
so
We used to
dumb.
use it all the time. I can't remember. My brain's almost dead.
Yeah.
My brain is like, this stuff's all in there. It's just like, it's hard to go
When
find it.
Dawn says it was heavy on the silver.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Raw Dog
Zoom.
got it 3 times in a row, but you only get 2 points.
Raw Dog, I'm giving you 3 because I should have known Zoom. Yeah, this is like Zoom, but you guys get it for free, and we're for free, and we all get to like hang out and enjoy ourselves. And the meeting thing is a telephone.
You know what we started
Used
doing?
to be able to do that on the phone, where you had the calling. Remember when you get U conference calls on your cell phone? That was
Oh, you
cool.
can do it on any phone. We
Yeah.
used to do.
Or you could do Zoom. It's like the Brady Bunch. Here's a story of a lovely lady. Remember the Brady Bunch? It was like a Zoom meeting. How did they have Zoom back in the 70s? It's crazy. It's crazy.
That was a long time ago.
Coincidence?
Because Marcia
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
was the reason I watched the Brady Bunch, because she was about my age. I know now she looks like a little kid, but she was about my age. All the guys my age like Marcia.
Hippie Long says he got wheel seals off of Amazon for his $64. Wasn't it Hippie Long that got us those pistachios?
Yes.
Thank you again, Hippie Long.
Hippie Long's good at getting stuff.
I had some more pistachios tonight, and they were good.
You got into the pistachios?
I did. I dug.
They're about half gone.
We're still enjoying them. They're fantastic. Thank you so much. That was very generous of you. He sent us a Amazon package to his.
Just spoiled my youth.
What?
Probably because I said Marcia was about my age.
Oh.
Because you're probably thinking the same thing.
Or because I butchered the song so bad.
Maureen McCormick. I think she's 2 years younger than me, so she'd be like 69 now.
Oh, have no fear.
Have no fear. The Dougster's here.
Potato. Hi, Dougster. Dougster Wolverine Garage is taking care of our points. If you ever want to redeem points, it's Dougster's fault. I mean, job. I mean,
Marcia.
Didn't they have a Zoom call in the Jetsons? I think they did.
You know, the one that makes me laugh is the original, what is it, Star Trek? They had this thing that flipped up and they talk. It looks like a Motorola, like a flip phone. And I'm watching one of those one day. I'm looking at it and I'm going, God, we're like decades past that already.
Right.
It's like, that's all they had? Oh, man.
I'm surprised they don't have those. They don't have chips implanted in people's brains in most modern sci-fi, and it absolutely will be a thing. It will be. Brain implants, chips, so you have direct connection to the internet and whatnot.
So you're born, and the first thing they do is they put like a USB thing, and you could stick it in there. You don't have to go to school. You got like
people will want
college education.
People will want it. It'll be the next upgrade to your telephone. You'll just have this little thing, and it'll tie into your optic nerve, and you'll see, enhancements and stuff like that. But people will want it, and then they'll get it, and then all of a sudden they'll have like advertisements that they don't want, and you know.
Then when you're like a couple years younger than I am now, you could stick that drive in there and just take it all back out again and give it to some kid.
There you go.
And then I'll be like brain dead like I am anyway.
I mean, they'll just kill you off, and then you'll be somebody.
I can't wait for the transporters.
I'm gonna be like that doctor who's like doesn't like the atoms scattered. I don't know. There's part of me I'm glad. Like when I was younger, I thought that by now I would be like working in like a space station or something like that. Now I'm like, I don't want to.
Or like in a house up on top of a big thing, like in the Jetsons.
Yeah.
They drive a car around that goes.
It'd be a wireless, yeah. It would be a Bluetooth connection to your brain.
Connection.
They certainly wouldn't
you still have to
USB
get the Bluetooth
cable
hooked up somehow.
Well, I mean, they're just you're right, Tim. It would be wireless. Space Cat's here. Welcome to the stream, Space Cat. We've got a great audience. A bunch of people showed up here tonight. That's wonderful. And we have fresh entertainment.
You want to swap the cam?
I don't know if it's still on. Let's check. So we started.
See if the camera hasn't failed.
We started on something new today. I dragged this puppy in here.
She dragged my car out first.
I did. I dragged his car out, right? And so we are. Oh no, I'm in both.
Nick says that's why the phone was called StarTAC. Totally on purpose.
Oh, they wanted it to look like that. Instead, you're working on a UFO. That's right. I want to stay on the ground. He wants to not fly airplanes.
I mean, I'm done with the flying.
Yeah.
Nick is still flying.
We're grounded.
Nick's got some years of that yet. Yeah, Nick and I knew each other I met Nick, I don't know, he's like 14 years old or something. He'd already learned to fly. He's flying ultralight, so he was a fun guy to be around. It's like we're all adults and this 14-year-old that's like 20. He's already a pilot, So anyway, Nick and I was flying manned airplanes a lot and all the small home builds and things. But then I went on to the unmanned aircraft, which now everybody calls a drone. But so for 15 years I did drones, but I haven't flown an airplane like with me in it since I think 2010, something like that. So
we'll go back.
But I did a lot of unmanned stuff. What did you do? Oh, you're moving the camera around. Drop a V8 in that. No, it's not going to get
Let's swap that, girl.
You know what? That car runs. She got it running. And our plan, that car
runs.
On camera, it looks better than it is. That car is
a piece of crap.
That car is made out of Bondo. There was some sheet metal under it at one time, and they bonded over all the rust, and then the rest of the sheet metal rusted away and left some holes in the Bondo, so they put more Bondo on it. But if you open up the trunk and look in there, you see the ground because there's no metal.
There is no metal.
There's no metal. So the frame looks like it's got a couple of problems, but I can fix that. But we're going to pull the body off of it and start taking rolls of the aircraft aluminum, and I think we're going to build a body. So we were going to do this, or we were going to do the Valiant first, and I don't know. I guess Kim dragged us in here, so maybe we'll do this.
You know what? I was looking at the Valiant, and it is such a big project. And I thought this would be something little.
I gotta move.
Yeah, come on, turn around. See if you can help me lift this hood up.
Lift the Bondo up?
Lift this Bondo. It's heavy because it's got Bondo. Otherwise, it's pretty light. See if you can lift it up. What else connected to it? Now, careful. There's nothing holding it on the front.
What's holding it on?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
Just the wires.
Oh, you took the bolts out.
Go ahead and lift it up onto the bracket.
How about off the car?
Well, there's wires.
Oh, well, I'm afraid the whole thing's going to fall off.
Well, it is. Okay, here, get it under the... Right here.
I don't know how long I can hold this. It's freaking heavy.
Lift it forward and we'll set it down on the concrete. Ready?
No. Hang on. I'm not ready. I'm not good with this.
There we go. Okay, set it down. Okay.
I want to cut that electrical cord.
Hmm?
There's an electrical cord up there.
Yeah. I gotta figure out what to do. What do you think I should do? Should I just cut?
You
these
wonder why I
wires?
never work? She sucks me in and I work. You
Should
just
I-
don't see it.
Should I just cut these wires? What do you think? We're gonna have to put it back together. Should we cut it or should we?
Well, what can we lean this on? See that? See that wooden thing?
Well,
that
don't lay it flat upside
See
down
my-
because you might
see my
scratch
bench?
this
See my
paint.
bench? Right behind.
Just lay it down.
Oh my gosh.
Just lay it down. Here, look. I got it. Oh man, that Bondo's heavy.
Oh yeah, that worked.
Mm-hmm. I bumped the camera. Oh! Alright, go ahead and check out the chat. I just wanted to get that down.
Did we do that? Okay, let's see. British Bondo. Make the Triumph a pickup. No, I think we're going to make it a little aluminum sports car.
Yeah, no, the Valiant's going to be a pickup.
The Valiant will be made into like an Australian Ute, a pickup.
But we looked at it. We looked at it pretty close.
Well, I know what I'm going to do, and Kim got all nervous when I started talking to her about what we were going to do. And I tend to underestimate labor on things.
Yeah, I started looking at how much labor.
And she's looking at it like, hey, this is going to be a lot of work. I'm like, no, this isn't going to be that hard.
Oh, that's all like a year worth of work. And I was like, no.
One thing I like about this car, it doesn't take up so much room. We pulled my car out. It was getting to be hard to work around, and this thing doesn't take a lot of time.
I found
Doesn't take a lot of room.
There's already.
Oh, you're gonna turn on something. Oh, you got another camera.
I'm recording for long form content for a change. I know we don't do any long form content, but
swap it for a big block LS. I thought all LSs were small blocks.
I don't know. They're pretty big.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're a big block on the outside. They're the same size.
I don't know what the difference is. Big blocks.
Well, big block Chevy's like about a 750-pound anchor. Although they have a lot of power, unlike an anchor.
Unlike an anchor.
What car is that, Buff and Kim? BNR says that is a 1971 Austin Healey Sprite.
No, it isn't.
No, that's wrong. What is it?
Spitfire.
It's a Spitfire.
Triumph
Spitfire. I knew it was some damn thing that's British. Some Brittany Putney little British car.
Brittany Putney?
But she got
what's it got? 1200 or 1300?
1200 engine, something like that. She got the engine running.
I think it runs. I just cleaned the points and
it started right up.
Gas to it. Everything I can find. The fuel line, the piece of fuel line that scabbed back to the tank they had running, is from 2010. And
What's
the guy
it got a date on it?
Yeah, they always date code rubber lines.
Oh.
And the guy told me it hadn't run in 15 years, so that puts it at or 14 years or something like that. So that's the last time it was running before about a week ago that I got it running.
Can you get in and out of it? Seems low to the ground. Oh, I can't sit in this. I wouldn't sit in this. Something probably bite my butt, because it's a ravaged old car. But once they get the body off the frame, I've got plans how I want to revamp the frame a little bit. And then we're going to I got rolls up here, rolls and rolls of aluminum, aircraft aluminum for building wings and airplane parts. So I'm going to take some of that aluminum and build a body for this. And I kind of got in my mind what I want to do.
I got to get Mr. Del Campo working. He's just not living up to his potential recently. And we had a real bad time with the window on his car, but we put the plastic.
We did. We put that nasty old plastic window back in my car because I can't find a window easily. I found one, but it comes with a whole car.
And it's 6 hours away.
And it's 6 hours away. We got to take a tow dolly and bring it back up here. And
we don't want to be rushed. We'll figure out what we're doing, but we don't know what that is yet.
So I kind of want that car, but
I kind of do too. I think we should probably buy it.
But it's a lot of money and it's a lot of distance.
And the guy doesn't have the title.
Man, there's no title. That's what I'm gonna do is tell him.
Hey, get the title.
I'm trying to remember because I saw something here in the chat. I got my mind went to that. Uh, so what I'm going to do, I think, is probably tell the guy if he can get a title, I'll buy it. Let's see here. And he says he owns the car. He just lost the title, which means he can go to the whatever his motor vehicle department is. And
that Bondo's thick.
the Bondo's thick.
We gotta get that out of here.
Got to get that on camera. That thick Bondo. That doesn't look too bad from this side.
Well, that's because it's metal on this side. The Bondo doesn't.
It's metal on this side. Unlike the trunk where it's metal on no sides. Man. Steve Edwards, I like the comment you gave me. Another radio. yeah, because you said you keep buying more radios and fixing them. You can't sell them as fast as you can buy them. And then there you are, getting another radio. Thought it was pretty funny.
Hey, that's like us with cars, right?
Mike Murphy's here. What's going on, Kim and Buff? Patrick Sullivan, 2.3 SVO. What's the dollars on the window with the car? Okay, I found a couple of doors, so it's a whole damn door. Well, that guy is flaky. That guy, you know how marketplace is. Sometimes it's hard to deal with people. It's taken him 2 weeks, and he still hasn't gotten back to me. He said he had a window, but then he couldn't remember if he sold it. And then he's got a couple of doors that he had pictures of. So I said, okay, I'll just take the whole door, but it's in Chicago. Well, that's a pretty good run, you know. So that's a couple $100. But then when I tell him, I want to make sure there's a window in that door before I come up there. He goes, well, I don't remember. I think maybe I sold a door. I can't remember. I can't look at it till the weekend. Well, then the weekend came and went, and he goes, well, I can't look at it till the weekend. Now we're to this weekend, which is tomorrow. So if he doesn't come up with an answer real quick, I'm not going to drive to Chicago for a window that's not there. So maybe we'll go get this complete car, and the complete car would be good because there's a lot of stuff I want on that car. So,
well, it's got wheels.
It's got a set of wheels I like. It's got a, you know, to have an extra car like mine, you know, whatever it is, 47-year-old car.
Yeah, it might be good.
It's good because if you need something, you just go out and take a. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. You just go out and take a part off of it. You know, it's like a parts store for your car.
Oh, check that out! It's got a mechanical tachometer built into it.
Oh yeah, like an old MG or like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a friend of mine had an MGA and he called it an RPM gauge, not a tachometer. I said, "What's the difference?" He goes, "This one's driven with a cable from the distributor."
Yeah.
Wow.
Got a mechanical RPM gauge.
Let's see, what is this? Finish says, I think a Pontiac Trophy 4 would be awesome in that little. Man, what's the Trophy 4? Which one was the Trophy 4? Is that the pushrod engine or is that the overhead cam engine? The pushrod engine's the Iron Duke, which I like. They're a little heavy for this car, but man, I've had Iron Dukes before, several of them. One of them I put in the Dodge Dart. Drove around with a 4-cylinder. Hey, Kim, guess what?
What's that?
What happened to my cables for my battery?
Oh, he's mad now.
You took my wiring away.
I got your wiring. Just relax.
I got to turn on the Studebaker for a super chat from 38 Racing, and that's backwards.
Does it
don't hook? Yeah, it's an LED. It only flows one direction.
Only flows one way. Is it on? Is it working?
Niet.
Well,
maybe you made it backwards. Oh, it's working now.
Okay, well, you got to turn
the camera a little bit. So, super chat, we get me out of the way so you can see Kim dancing.
Oh, what a feeling.
Oh, jeez.
Dancing on the ceiling. Oh, what a feeling. Dancing on the ceiling.
So we have, yeah. We have Studebaker lights.
Okay, that's enough of my dancing.
Is there any windows on eBay? I haven't
Thank
looked
you.
on.
Wow, that's a really generous. Who sent us?
38. Oh, here you go,
Thank
another
you,
one.
Ray Patrick.
Here we go, another one. We just leave the lights on.
Woohoo! Turn out the lights and I'm low.
Well, thank you. Oh, Trophy 4 was half the V8. Oh, I remember those. It was half a 389. Oh, we got ads. We got ads. We got
That's okay.
ads.
They can still see my dance. Dance. I'm too sexy for this sweatshirt. Too sexy for this sweatshirt. Too sexy.
Hippie Long says $5 for a poll.
Really?
We gotta put a poll up now.
I think I'll get canceled. We'll have to do that
You will
on
get canceled.
Twitch or something like that.
Twitch.
Yeah. I'm a model, you know what I mean. And I do my little turn on the Spitfire.
Here we go. Retired Inspector Bruce, just another super chat. $10.
Whoa, that really helps.
Man, this is good. Careful, Kim. Don't fall off that British car. Because you'll hit an American concrete.
I'm dancing on the car.
And Raw Dog got a Dick's Sporting Goods ad.
Dick's?
Dick's
You just wanted to say Dick's. You got 2 points.
Gets 2
Sporting
points.
Goods.
Gets 2 points for saying Dick's.
So, I have a story about Sporting Goods store. We wanted boxing gloves because it looked like it would be fun, right? So we got a set of boxing gloves, right? And me and my friends, we're all going to learn how to boxing, you know? And so, like, we were so dumb. We're just like, we're going to box, so it doesn't take much, like you punch your friend with they were the big ones, but they were not like the foamy. Anyways, you hit your friend and it hurts, right? And it like jars it, and then they're mad, right? And now it's on. Needless to say, I returned the boxing gloves to the store.
Oh,
they were like, "Did you use them?" We're like, "Nope." Nope.
Nope. All sweaty inside.
I like blood all over them and stuff.
So Gearhead got a Domino's Parmesan crust.
Nice.
Is that an ad?
Yes. Domino's. All right. All the people who called out.
Here you go. Another super chat.
Gosh,
Lester the Saber.
Boo, 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 boo.
Hippie Long got an Extends ad.
Boo, boo. Extends or depends? What's Extends?
What's Extends?
Do 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 do. We gotta get this thing out of here. It's freaking huge.
Dean Stevenson. The advertisement? Well, it's the Red Shield Salvation Army gambling and drinking addiction appeal. What?
Really? All right, everybody who
Roddock says, keep the money coming. They deserve it. Well, thank you. I mean, yeah, this is great.
We got to get a window into his car, so this, really helps. Thank you so much, everyone. You guys don't have to do that.
Let's see.
Kim is going to get her steps into. Well,
Patrick Sullivan, $5 super chat.
Oh my gosh.
Another $5.
Yeah. Everybody's friendly tonight and helpful. Thank you so much, everyone. You guys, with your generosity, it's just like I'm stunned. I will dance a little more in a minute.
You're getting Kim tired.
But no, I am not tired. I have all the energy. But this is too bright.
What's too bright?
This light.
Why is this so? This is really tight here for some reason.
I have a feeling we're gonna go to where is it? Alabama, Oklahoma. Where the heck is that car? We gotta find.
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna take the tow dolly we were talking about.
Yeah, I don't see any other way. It's either gonna be the tow dolly or the trailer.
My van. We're gonna tow a car home from Arkansas with a
we
van.
could take your trailer, but I don't
Hey,
know.
Olive, welcome to the stream.
I don't know what kind of shape that's
You know what?
in.
The bushings that hold the, because it's got
Springs?
double arc springs.
They're
The
shot.
bushings, they're shot. That's why we blew a tire. So we can't. We'd have to fix it.
The price of eggs is ruining Easter this year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll do something else for Easter. Let's see, what can you do for
I don't really
Easter?
like that many eggs anyways, and if I really liked eggs, I could get a dozen of them.
Maybe rabbits will sell cheap. I don't know. Yeah, I just would stop buying eggs.
Zed is not a wort.
I guess we don't need eggs that badly. You let me ruin the true meaning of Easter with your Zed nonsense, but I forgive you because you're the funniest.
I will stand on my head. Okay, no.
Okay. No, we're not that.
This starts. Would that be a good reward to people if I started this? Would you be impressed? Or
What are you going to start? What are you going to start on it?
This car, the engine.
Taking it out or what?
No, just start it.
Oh, start it and fill the shop with exhaust?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can open up the door and get the exhaust out.
It's not that cold tonight.
Rabbits don't lay eggs.
Because I don't think
Where are you going to find them?
I don't think I videoed it running, did I?
What about running?
I don't think I recorded the engine running.
I just heard it. I was in the house and I heard it fire up. Came out to see what the noise was. It was like, wow, it runs.
It runs.
And you were really surprised. I thought maybe you did record that. I don't know.
Do you have a Oh. I'm switching to Cadbury eggs. There you go, Bruce. That's perfect. Deep fried chicken. That's perfect too.
Man, I don't know where you got that chicken. You said it was something frozen.
Yeah.
Tim made me a dinner tonight that just surprised me. He came rolling into these tortillas with chicken and cheese and stuff.
Oh man, we got to work tonight.
Man, that was so good. And that was a surprise. That is the door opening. That racket. Ducks have great eggs. Hey, you know what? I had a neighbor when I was a kid, and they had a duck over there, and that duck laid like one egg a day. Of course, kids, we throw them at each other, and then sometimes I'd keep them and I'd cook them, and they were good eggs. And they were slightly bigger than a chicken egg, I think, but they tasted just like a chicken egg, or at least what I recall. They did.
All right, you got gloves.
Mrs. One-Eyed Cat, I said I'm about ready to buy chickens to lay eggs. Oh, that's a good idea.
You know what? We have a. There you go.
Hey, now that's where we send our stuff to. That's a big, heavy thing.
Yeah.
We've got a whole chicken coop and everything. One of these ones that you roll around.
Are you live in an area where you're allowed to have chickens here?
Oh, Kitsy Fluff's here. Good evening, sir. Oh. I think she's hinting that I need to wear my gloves. That means I'm going to have to do some work. Friends gave us eggs all the time. I eat those eggs all the time. Is that ducks? Ducks. Probably ducks. Yeah, I remember the duck eggs. Nothing wrong with those. I don't know. I got these gloves on now.
Am I still recording?
Duck eggs are big. Be careful what you feed the ducks. Some of the flavors come through. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, because the duck eggs, I remember they were a little bigger than chicken eggs, but they weren't huge. You know, it's all different sized chicken eggs. I'd say they were a little
flavors come through if you feed them chocolate. Or is that where you get chocolate eggs?
Don't get chocolate eggs.
Hey, you want to help me carry this outside, please? It'll only take a minute. Guys, give us 1 minute. I cannot do anything.
What is the plan here?
Outside.
Over the top of the car?
No, I don't want to lift it that high.
Okay, because I was going to say.
I made a big
on this side?
Yeah.
On that side?
That side. There's stuff over here. I made it.
I can't see over.
You can't see over here? Oh my God, the Bondo's so heavy.
Yeah, I don't know. Help you.
Oh, Jesus, the Bondo heavy.
Oh, Cam. It's getting away.
It is. It's getting away.
Yeah, do that.
That's why I gave you gloves.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
So neither of us would get tetanus.
Tetanus? Oh, God. Why is this so heavy?
It's Bondo. There's a gallon of Bondo on it. I got
Gallon of Bondo doesn't weigh this much.
2 gallons of Bondo.
Walking back. I don't know what I'm gonna get. Oh, man. What are we hooked on? Hooked on something. Where? Oh, why is it falling that way? I'm doing everything I can to twist it this way and it won't go.
Let's get some hold it.
Oh.
Can't hold it if you go that way. There you go.
Oh. More. Where are we going?
Outside. Please don't stop. Lay it down.
Wait. What about that direction?
Why not?
Wait.
Anywhere. Can you pick up the song from the fender? Okay. Get it out of the door. Go back to the
Jeez.
What? Only weighed about 150 pounds.
Yeah, it's awkward as hell and catching on all the traps we have in the shop. Man.
Well, now look at all the room.
And then nobody could see that. All they could do is hear us. Sharp edge catching it on something.
Some?
Oh, man. Here, take me somewhere.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yay!
Let's see here. Up to 5 inches in diameter workpiece. Oh, I see. I just invested in an upgrade for my CNC. This is Kitsy Fluff. I'll be able to do 5-axis work now. Oh, wow. Well, you know what? Where's those parts you want done, Kim? He's late. Buffalo's ready to gas weld. Chocolate will kill birds. Oh, will it? Okay. Kitsy Fluff, welcome.
But chocolate duck eggs. It's worth it. Isn't it?
Mama M3, my coworker sells eggs. I got 9 chicken, 2 duck, and 1 turkey egg. They all tasted the same. I don't know about turkey eggs. I've never had a turkey egg. I always assumed turkey eggs would be bigger. What's this? Dean Stevenson. You have to use all your faith, but Jesus, Mary, and Mike Murphy, pivot. What happens? We're walking back, and there's stuff against the wall. Well, it's starting to catch on the stuff on the wall, so it tips toward me, and I'm trying to tip it this way, and I think she's trying to tip it this way. So we're having like a, what would that be?
I don't know, but I'm
a tug of war, push of war,
wrestling.
something.
Arm wrestle.
Oh man, 38 Racing Onion will make it to the eggs fine for an omelet, but not a cake.
Hey, look at the size of it.
What are we gonna have? We're gonna have onion cake tonight. Let's see here. But the buff can't make exact duplicate Triumph Spitfire body out of aluminum. No, and I don't want to. No, I kind of know what I want to do. I'm gonna do something that's 1950s-ish, Chrysler-esque. I don't know. I don't know what you'd call it. See, I like fins, and I like canted headlights, and I like, I don't know. Kind of that's the direction I'm going.
Fins and headlights?
150 pounds. What's Dean talking about? 150 pounds. Tim got a Harbor Freight ad.
Ah! Something in my hair! Help me! I'm serious! Help me! There's a hornet in my hair right here. It bounced off my head. I'm scared. Please.
Are you nuts? Ah, I see nothing. It's not there.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
There he is up there.
There's a hornet flying around.
Oh, it's right off my head, that bastard.
Yeah, I got stung by one of those guys. That wasn't fun. It took like 9 days for the swell.
Not cool.
Okay, so you missed it because of the hornet. Tim got a Harbor Freight ad.
Okay, 2 points.
Let's see, Miss One-Eyed Cat, Kim, I don't even know if I'm allowed to have chickens here. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why
So I'll tell the story. My former wife.
I don't think you're supposed to tell
Well,
stories.
she lives somewhere else in a neighborhood in another state. So she drives all the way up here with a chicken coop and all the stuff to feed chickens because she wasn't allowed to have chickens in her neighborhood. And of course, we're out in the middle of nowhere. So she gave us that. She goes, "Oh, you got to have chickens." I'm like, I don't know if I want chickens, but now I have a chicken coop and all brand new stuff in a box.
No, sir, it's your job to give away.
So,
is Dougster still here?
I don't know. Dean Stevenson, with a wooden hammer form, you sure can. Now, this is going to be a lot of, I don't know. I'm going to build it kind of like an airplane wing where it doesn't have a lot of compound curves, but it still looks pretty good. I don't know. A lot of people might not like what I do, but I just kind of want to do it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I should.
A lot of people won't.
Mr. Tempero down here makes 100% copies of aluminum Jag C and D types plus early 50s Ferraris. Here's the thing. If you're going to make big old compound curves with aluminum, you're not going to use 2024 T3 like an aircraft because that stuff's hard as nails. It's really strong. You're going to use a softer aluminum that you can, and like oak condition, not heat treated yet. You look like a Cobra. A Cobra's like that. And I've seen people work with aluminum can just do wonders, making it the shape they want. But all this aluminum I have is 2024 T3 sheet metal, which is not formable, not nicely. I mean, it'll form one direction, and you can slightly compound curve it, but not much. So it's going to be, yeah, it's not going to be a big old curvy thing. It's going to be, like I say, 1950s, late 50s, early 60s Chrysler kind of, not really copy of Chrysler, but that kind of thing.
You're gonna copy Chrysler?
I said not really a
Not
copy,
a copy of the Chrysler,
but kind of that fins and
tribute to a copy of the
fins
Chrysler.
and canted headlights looking thing is kind of what I'm thinking.
This is just a tribute.
Carb clean those Hornets. Oh man, we gotta. Kim. Where's that Hornet spray? You said she's gonna make noise. She's over there with an impact wrench already on the lot.
What?
What are you
Impacting?
That wheel's on the ground.
That's how gravity works.
Well, don't you think you should jack up the car before you take the wheel off?
Well, I'm hammering off these old rusty lug nuts. Once it's up off, once they're free, maybe, but till then.
Let's see here. Gasoline will fill the Hornet. What else? I'm trying to read this. Carb clean. Yeah, I'm pretty pissed about the snow tonight. Snow, Mike Murphy.
Snow?
Yeah, it's right here in the shop. It's 78 degrees right now, and we didn't turn a heater on. It's just. Vintage says the only car from 1950 I have experience around is a Mercury two-door. Oh, what year is that? I think I'll do a video on freeing up the flat. Oh, it's a flathead. Oh, that's an old curvy thing. The flathead. Wow. That's 1953 or earlier. The first car I rode in when my parents brought me home from the hospital when I was born was a 53 Ford.
How do you remember that?
It was a 53 Ford two-door. Yeah, it was a two-door with a flathead and a 3-speed on the column. I know because that's the only car they own. They told me I rode home in it. How else would I get home? Yeah, so it was the last year of the flathead Ford was the first car I rode in. Pretty funny, actually, looking back on it. When I was a little kid, I really liked flatheads because people would open up the hood because I'd want to see the engine. You know, and a little kid comes around and wants to see the engine. The people open up the hoods for him, you know, and I look. And I like the flatheads because you could see the spark plugs. I thought that was really cool.
Okay.
I didn't understand the advantage to the overhead.
Look at that. That's perfect.
You did jack it up.
Nearly new.
Nearly new.
No, not at all. Hey, look, here's the vehicle emissions tag and everything.
An emissions tag.
Vehicle emission control information. The Standard Triumph Motor Company Ltd. Triumph Spitfire MK3.
It's a Mark III?
4 cylinders, 79 cubic inches.
You're hearing everything about this engine in this car.
Oh, this vehicle confirms to U.S. Department and all U.S. state regs to 1970 model year new motor vehicles.
And I don't know. I'm just, everybody's got ideas here what I should build.
Good.
I've kind of got in my mind what I'm doing. Let's see here. Dougster, I was brought home in a 75 Econoline van. It was yellow. Yeah, Stray Bullet says I should make a duplicate of a 70s Lola Can-Am chassis. Those are really wide and low. I'm not sure that would look good on this. Wheels would be way inboard. Dean Stevenson, the Triumph Spitfire engine has an offset bore to crank. Company that Triumph got to cast the block were forced to offset splay the pistons to get 1.3 and 1.5 liters out of a 0.95 liter block. He knows all these little details.
Who's that?
Dean Stevenson.
Thank you, Dean.
Vintage Adventure. It's a 50 Mercury 8 255 flathead. 3 on the tree. Car has been sitting since 1969. My dad drug it out of the woods. You know,
wow,
that would be kind of an interesting one to get running. And if you have to pull the head off from it's pretty easy to get the head off, clean up the mess. And then the valves and the head are, it's right there. All-wheel drum. Yeah, Kim, what does this thing have?
It's got front discs.
It's got discs on the front. But you got to get them moving before you have to stop. Right now, the problem is she drug this thing home. I was in Oregon. I didn't know she bought it. She brought it home. I guess the guy put it on the trailer with a forklift or something. With a forklift. And then she got it home, and the wheels didn't roll because the brakes are stuck. She couldn't get it off. So she tied it. What'd you tie it to? A tree or something?
Yeah.
She tied it to a tree and drove the trailer out from under it. And then we got it. The wheels turned enough that we dragged it over here with a skid loader or another car or something. Oh, geez.
Well, the wheel, this rotor spins. That's good.
Yeah, too bad spark plugs aren't. Too bad spark plugs were not that accessible as flathead. Yeah, when I was a little kid, man, I loved the flatheads.
I'm missing one of the wheels. I don't know where it's put.
You're missing a wheel?
One of the wheels is missing.
It's probably outside somewhere. Mexican Spec is here.
I was looking.
Somebody's looking for you. So how are you doing?
Everybody was confused. They didn't know if they were supposed to be on good behavior or not, Mexican Spec.
Yeah, they're like worried about whether they could.
Should they act up?
What was it? Somebody used a bad word in here because, well, he was allowed to, but who was it? Said, I can't remember, because he said Dick's, but it was Dick's Sporting Goods or something. Kim goes, you get 2 points, but you just wanted to say Dick's.
Yeah, you didn't really get a commercial for them. They went out of business 10 years ago.
It would have been Raw Dog that was looking for you, Mexican Spec. This is one I get. Says Mother Nature's off a rocker this year, I think. Well, it's finally getting nice in here, We had hey, it's springtime, and then it was came back. It's no, it's not. We're gonna get ads here in a minute. While Kim's doing that, I'll be quiet.
Yeah, I'm missing one of the wheels. That's all right. If we put a tire on this one will have a set of rollers. And that's what really matters.
What is that wheel you pulled off there? It came off something else?
This one here? I found I had a tire mounted on this rim. It came off this car.
Oh, wait. Dick's went out of business 10 years ago. So, yeah. So he did just want to say Dick. And he got away with it. You got to take his points away. You can't.
No, I don't ever take points back.
You can't have those points. You just wanted to say Dick on those.
Don't do it again. Cause
don't do it again. Mexican Spec will time you out for.
That's right. You'll be in trouble now. Now we know what you're up to.
Tim's got a Whataburger ad.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Whataburger's okay.
Whataburger? A Huda Whataburger?
Let's see. We're out shipping. Mexican Spec says we're out shopping.
Here, have them here.
A storm clouds rolled in. I'm not sure if it will rain, but I'm guessing yes, only because I want to move some cars around tomorrow. Mother Nature hates me. Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Kim handed me a mirror. Oh, you know what I can use this on? The Valiant. Remember we put the Valiant mirrors broken and we stuck a piece of that plastic mirror tape? It's a mirror that's tape, and you peel the back off it and stick it on, it becomes a mirror.
Yeah.
And it's terrible.
Yeah.
Retired Inspector Bruce, Ancient Herbal Remedies ad.
Really?
And Mike N, Miller Welders ad.
That doesn't seem to be working.
So Kim, are you giving them?
Everybody gets 2 points who's calling out their advertisers.
Well, then Nick Knapfinger says Dick's Sporting Goods is still around.
Okay. Well,
And Leslie Saber says Dick's Sporting Goods is still in business. So okay, you're okay.
jeez. You know it's bad when you say the advertiser's out of business. Man, we're the worst. We're the worst pitch people ever.
Mike M, I got an ad for Forney Welds.
For what?
Forney Welds. What? And he's got a thing with his hand over his mouth. This one-eyed cat. It says on Tuesday we had all 4 seasons in one day.
One day, yeah, I believe it. That's Pennsylvania for you.
Did it snow too? Oh God, it might have. Oh, Mike N says welders, Forney Welders. Tim says we have Dick's Sporting Goods here in Colorado.
Okay, it's a real thing then. All right, I'm taking this door off.
Tim's starting to tear this apart. Noisy.
I could really use a hand.
Then it says, I love Forney products. That being said, all the local welding supply stores, that's all the welding supply stores carry. So, well, you need my help and then you just do it yourself.
Never mind, I got it. I got it, you wait for the truck. That's a joke. They used to say that when the plumbing. If you were too slow. You just wait for the truck.
She got serious about taking this car apart.
Ugh.
Tim says 6 inches of snow. 6 inches of snow since this afternoon. It's still snowing. Oh man, I would be really unhappy if that were the case in the middle of April.
Suspensioning. It's suspensioning. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that.
Retired Inspector Bruce says Dick's Sporting Goods is going strong in Petaluma, California.
All right. See, look at that. We're really good advertisers. We're telling everybody about this great company.
Mike Murphy, we got 4 so far here in Loveland. Loveland, Colorado. You know where Loveland, Colorado is? It's just like directly north of Denver.
Well, plugging in this thing.
Plugging in another thing.
Let me give it some. This.
Feeling my juice.
What were you juicing?
Nothing. I'm just giving you a hard time. Oh, you're charging a battery.
Yeah, on the camera. I'm trying to use it.
Okay, and the camera pooped out of. Tim says I'm an hour south of Denver. Yeah, Tim's south of Denver, and Loveland's north of Denver. It's like here, we got YouTubers south of Nashville and YouTubers north of Nashville. We're on the north side.
East and west.
Let's see, Mexican Spec says I want to get the Black Spirit out of the backyard, start driving it. The battery is on the charger right now. Oh, that sounds serious. You start charging the battery. That's what with us. It's like we look around and I'm like, with Kim, how come we got 11 cars and 2 batteries? Because we always got to swap the batteries around to drive. But she drove the Valiant over here to do something, and I don't remember what we did. But she drove the Valiant over here, but she had to put a battery in it out of something, and then she took the Valiant back over in front of the house. Did you take the battery out of it?
The Valiant?
Yeah.
No, the battery's still.
Oh, so the Valiant starts and runs, and I could drive it.
Technically, yeah.
Probably ought to wash the windows off so I could see where I'm going.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh man, this is One-Eyed Cat. It hailed that day and snowed. It went from 65 to 32 in 3 hours.
Oh, that's insanity.
That's what I don't like about the Northeast. Yeah.
That tastes so good. What am I using for a gas tank?
Mexican Spec says, look at you two. You single-handedly resurrected Dick's Sporting Goods. From out of business to having a lot of store open and operating.
Stores. They got tons of stores. Dick's Sporting Goods.
Nick Knapsinger got Bass Pro and Cabela's. Oh, Bass Pro? Cabela's is still better, though. Well, wait a minute. So you got a Bass Pro ad? I'm trying to figure out what happened.
I think they have those things.
Because Bass Pro, I like Bass Pro.
Who has the big pyramid?
That's a Bass Pro shop.
There's a pyramid. Remember on the way to Texas, there was a pyramid.
Yeah, that's in just before you go across the Mississippi River, when you're in Memphis, Tennessee.
It's like, are they all like that, or is that
No,
headquarters?
no, I don't even think that's their headquarters. I don't know why.
That's their evil lair.
Mexico, Colorado doesn't count. The whole state's built on a high mountain. It is. It is all up high.
What is?
Colorado, and some of the fires.
Oh yeah, Rocky Mountain High, Colorado.
Man, I remember on I-70, 64 Ford, there was a pretty quick car. It had a 351 Windsor in it that I built. It'd go good. I was on I-70 up near, again, if you look, the Eisenhower Tunnel, it's over 11,000 feet. And 11,000 feet above sea level, not so much air there. There's a Porsche about to pass me. I give it full throttle, and I hear the carburetor go, whoa, and the car isn't picking up any speed. Going uphill, 11,000 feet, and that Porsche barely went by me. I could hear his engine, too. Same thing. Some kind of carburetor's wide open.
He's trying to show you.
Yeah, he showed me, but he wasn't going very fast either.
He's showing you that he's also not very fast. That's funny.
Are you saying that Bass Pro and Cabela's is better than Dick's? Bass Pro is quite a place. Oh, Nick Knapsinger says, no ads. Guessing YouTube Premium kills him. Oh, Nick, it's premium. So Nick, you are contributing to us because you're premium. Because we do get a small bit of the premium you pay. So we're gonna what's he get for that?
Everyone who has a membership that gives them ad-free viewing is going to get. What are they going to get? 2 points or 3?
I don't know what you give them.
Give them 3. Thank you for subscribing to YouTube. That supports us. See, everyone who is watching who is subscribed and doesn't have the opportunity for ads, you get 3 points right now.
See, so Nick's here and he's already got 3 points.
Yeah,
at least.
Good job. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, see, Nick, I have
How's
premium. I have premium and she doesn't. So when I gotta look on her computer, it's like, what are these ads popping up? Because I'm used to never seeing an ad.
Never seen an ad. Yeah, he's spoiled.
Nick Saxon, just 3 points. Yeah. Okay, you got to keep track of your own points, though.
Yeah.
So everybody's got to be trustworthy and keep track of their own, because, like she says, she doesn't keep a spreadsheet of all this.
I got a spreadsheet.
What are you, some kind of roster?
Around here.
What's this? Mike Murphy says 4999. 4999. What is that? The elevation? You're 1 foot under 5,000. The Ike. Yeah, what is that? That's the Eisenhower Tunnel, right? Is that what that is? The Eisenhower Tunnel? Mexican Spec says, I'm used to Death Valley, 282 feet below sea level.
You're used to it?
Nick Nafsinger, need a turbo?
We got a turbo.
We do have a turbo, but
we haven't
used it for anything yet. What do those bolts do?
They hold the windshield.
Oh, that whole thing slides up out of there?
Yeah, see how there's a gasket here and a gasket here?
Yeah.
We're going to see. I don't know what else holds it in. I know these hold it in, so let's see.
Well, somebody scraped the shit out of it with running the wipers with no blades.
It's not as scraped as you know. Okay, yeah, it's scraped.
It's bad. Why do people do that?
It probably came on by mistake. I don't know if it's loose or not.
Dougster says Michigan is 400 feet above sea level. Dougster says Jackson Hole, Wyoming is 6,000 feet above sea level. I spent time there. Does
anybody know how this comes out?
Yeah, Kim wants to know how this comes apart. She's taking out the bolts, wants to know how it comes apart.
How's this come apart?
Well, you pulled those bolts out. So what? The A-pillars go down inside there and the bolts hold it, or what?
Yeah, but it feels like there's something else.
Habit?
It might be habit, I can't tell, but it's in there pretty good. It doesn't seem like the dash is mounted. Maybe it's something. Can anybody look how to remove the windshield?
Everybody. Nick Nafsinger says brute force.
Brute force, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that.
Mexican Spec is similar. He says with a hammer.
With a hammer. Well,
and Tim says with a sawzall. Nah, I don't think we're going to do the sawzall.
Listen! There's a method.
There's a method.
How
about go down the street as fast as you can? Maybe the air will bend the windshield back and it'll fly off.
What you do is you try and make it stay on. That'll surely make it fall off, right?
Streetboat says turbocharge the small block Chevy when you put it in the Lola Can-Am replica. You know, we could do that, make a big white aluminum, but I'd have to buy more aluminum for that because I want to do this car first. But see, here I am. This is a crazy thing. The older you get, the more stuff you think of you want to do, and the less time you have. You really don't know how much less time, but I used to think all this stuff when I was a kid. When I was like 19 in the Air Force, I was thinking about building an aluminum car with the same kind of plan in my head, and I'm finally going to do it.
Finally going to do it.
What color did that car used to be? That darker blue?
It was yellow and blue before.
Oh, I'd say it was
no, that's not yellow. That's like a gold.
Oh, it was gold and then dark blue and then light blue? Because the inner doors, here, I'll turn the camera a little bit.
Yeah, gold.
The inner doors, you can't really see the color on the camera. the doors are, or the door jambs are dark blue, but then they have like a gold or something. Maybe that's the primer under it. I don't know what the hell that is. That could be primer. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna turn it back this way a little bit so I'm not completely out of the picture. Oh man, Mexican Spec, it's worse than that. He says the older you are makes you retired, so you have a lot more time, just no more energy. And the money is like this much instead of this much. Because it used to be, I had money for the projects, but I was out working somewhere else and everything and spending my money on stupid stuff. And then, now I'm, the income's quite a bit less. And I got all these projects I want to do. But the smart thing I did do is while I was working, I paid for my house and my property. So I have that. And then I bought tools. My whole life I bought tools. And so I've got a lot of good stuff like shear and brake and all this roll around toolboxes full of tools and what do you call them? Engine hoist and power tools and right on lawnmower, all these things that you use, And so I've got all that. I'm not out trying to get started without the tools. So if you're working and you're young and you want to be building cars when you're old, keep buying the tools and keep them around. Don't sell them or give them away. Nick Navsinger, lighter weight, more horsepower, always the answer. Yep. Oh, yeah. Well, that's coming from an airplane guy. Hey, Nick, I know you remember it, the first time I let you fly the Titan Tornado. It was a single place, and it was the prototype, single place Titan Tornado. How did that feel on power for you at the time?
He told me about it. That's such a heck of a story. I'll bet you.
Yeah, I shouldn't tell the whole story on here
his whole life.
because Nick was a bit young. Well, he'd been flying ultralights, and I'd seen him fly, and he followed instructions. So I cut him loose in a single place airplane, and he did fine. His checkout was me on the ground, and he did real well. He says, Nick Nafsinger says, wasn't supposed to fly that day. Oops. No, you did fine. What happened was I had him go down the runway like at partial throttle and come back. He did everything I said to do, just perfect. He didn't go try to get stupid. So then I had him give a partial throttle, pull the nose wheel off the ground, and just roll on the mains. And then what happens? You give it a little more power. I'd say let the mains come off the ground, and then as soon as the mains are off the ground, pull the power back. And it seems to me, I did this with other people too, but nobody as young as you were. I think the thing came off the ground pretty high, from what I remember. And what Nick did was he just added a little power, pushed the nose down, got it right back down, right next to the runway, just did it perfectly, and then set it down. I thought, he's ready to go flying. Said he came back. I said, okay, you're ready to go flying. And he goes, he's kind of shaking. And he goes, no, I think I want to go get a drink or something. We went and got a Coke or something. Came back, and then he flew it around the pattern. Just did perfect.
All right. I don't know why this is so tight in there, but I think it was bolts that came down through out of the pillar. I think it should go now.
Okay. Inspector Bruce says, Kim, yes. At far left and right, lower corners, window posts need to be disassembled. Isn't that where you took the bolts?
Yeah.
See, she took the bolts out.
I did.
I'll point right here. There's bolts that go right in here. There's two of them on each side, right here. And it looks to me like those things go in there, and it looks like it comes out, but I'm really not sure what else is in the way. Maybe that dash is in the way.
No, I don't
and it won't come back.
And see,
this pad might be in the way.
There's a bolt that comes down through the post.
Oh.
It comes down through, and you take the nut off.
Okay.
I really think I might have it.
See, retired Inspector Bruce is looking this stuff up, and.
Thank you, Bruce. You get 2 points for trying. I don't know why it's not coming apart yet.
Nick Duff says, damn, your memory is crazy spot on. Well, I remember I cut you loose. You went through the pattern, and then I said, "Okay, go out and fly it for a while." And there was like
Isn't it wild? He remembers
there
that
was like
so
a
crystal clear.
ridge of mountains. Well, what was really good is that same day, some guy crashed an airplane up on the other end of the runway, and we had a trailer hooked to the truck. And Nick was 14 at the time, so I will tell what happened. Nick was 14 at the time, and I was much older. Nick and I said, "Let's undo the trailer," and he and I just like clockwork, like a team that had been working together forever. We had that trailer disconnected in seconds, jumped in the truck, and whoom up the other end of the runway. And this guy had cracked up an airplane, and he was okay. But oh my God, what a crazy day that was. We had a good time though. Uh, See, I guess it's past the statute of limitations. Let a 14-year-old take off in an airplane by himself. But he'd been flying ultralights and gone through a course and everything and passed everything and was flying the ultralights. And this was a real light airplane masquerading as an ultralight. So I don't know. He handled it. And Nick's an airline pilot now, so he's natural flyer. Let's see. What is this out of a Triumph? Are you stripping that car for paint? No, we're stripping that car to strip the body off. The body's made out of Bondo. Yeah, you weren't here earlier when we were talking about it.
Now, this car is in rough.
This car, it's a rough.
But it runs.
But it runs.
It's got 70,000 miles on it. It runs.
Buff, what did you have for breakfast yesterday? I don't eat breakfast. That's easy. That's an easy one.
Why don't this come off?
Straight bullet goes 14 flying an airplane. That's illegal. Well, not if it's an ultralight.
I found one more.
It was an ultralight, sorta. Totally legal. It is a couple pounds heavy and 10 or 20 miles an hour fast. It was a little tiny airplane. But yeah, it was a little airplane. But you know what? Nick was an aviator, just born aviator. And you can tell because look what he's doing today. You get on an airliner, he could be sitting up in the front flying it. You're in good hands, Mike Murphy, I took some flying lessons when I was 15. It was really cool. I took flying lessons when I was 15. And the problem with it was I had a paper out and I was trying to support it. Paper is impossible. I'd like to take one lesson a month, which wasn't enough. But I had an instructor that really, I was a young kid that thought I knew it all. What she did was she put me under, there's a hood put on so you can only see the instruments. And man, it wasn't long before she had me turning one way, the other way, and pretty soon I was like in a death spiral, and she goes, "Take the hood off." That straightened the airplane up. So I learned about that trap. Don't do that. So, does a Titan have a 25 mile per hour stall speed? It depends. The reason I was asking Nick about what he remembered from it, because that thing only had 40 horsepower. It was a 2-cylinder engine, Rotax 447 with 40 horsepower, and that airplane performed quite well for 40 horsepower. So that's why I was asking. That one, it'd probably stall about 25 in level flight, somewhere around there. Full flat, it had flaps, so full flaps, and you kind of sit there and waddle along about 25. Okay, we got ads. So those of you who don't have ads, I'm going to kind of just give it a minute till they click out of them. And then I'm going to go on about the Titan.
Titan? You're not supposed to be talking. You're supposed to be
I bet I'm going to talk a little more about it. They got me going. I can't stop. I know it's not an airplane channel. The Titan, they're asking about 25 mile an hour stall speed. The small Titan with the 40 horsepower engine probably was pretty close to that. If it wasn't below, it might have even been a little below that. But the Titan's got bigger and got 2-seat ones and then bigger 2-seat ones and bigger engines, 100 horsepower engine. And no, they're not going to stall at 25. They're going to stall, I don't know, in level flight, probably 38 or 40, something like that. And then, of course, that's in level flight. You start banking it up, and the speed goes way up. The stall speed goes way up.
This is dying. I can't record because
Can't record because the camera's dying.
camera's dead. I have to stop working because of the camera.
Let's see. Nick says it was an ultralight soar. Okay, I already read that. This was at Dutchess County Airport. Mike Murphy. Okay.
Dan here.
Let's see. Nick, the 103 was pretty close. 103 is the rules for ultralights, and it was pretty close. Although that was quite an ultralight. I mean, it was enclosed and it had brakes and it pointy looking. It'd go too fast. It flew great. Noise all get out with nearly no interior. But yeah, because it didn't have any interior. You just there's no padding on the seat or anything. It was just a fiberglass seat. I did everything I could to keep that thing light. Tell you what, that airplane was 325 pounds, and the limit for an ultralight was 254, and all the ultralights then were over 254 pounds, so I didn't worry about it too much. But because of its shape and being enclosed and having brakes and flaps and all the stuff a regular airplane did, yeah, I don't know. It was quite an ultralight. That Edgeley Optica EA7 has a stall speed of 67. That's really high. Really? So, I think in the U.S., a single-engine airplane, Nick, help me with this. What is the... Yeah, no one cared. That's exactly right. No one cared then. It was fine. Nick, help me with this. What is the limit, the highest stall speed in level flight that a single-engine airplane can have in the U.S.? And I don't mean like a fighter or something. I mean like a single-engine civilian airplane. I think it's under 67. I was thinking it was like 60. I don't remember. When we had nothing that went that fast, a single engine that would stall that fast. Of course, twin engine airplanes, whole different story. Yeah, Nick says great light sport by today's standards. Oh, it would have been, yeah.
Okay.
Dean Stevenson says it's chemical next spec, so it would be tariff and subject to has. Okay, Mike N says 67 miles an hour, flaps up. Is that right? .38 Racing says there's no name nationals. 24 question. What was the name of the channel with the Mini Cooper Jeep thing? Ooh. Kim, who was that?
Mini Cooper Jeep thing?
Yeah, it looked like a Jeep, but it was a Mini Cooper.
Oh, right.
I remember the car. I don't remember the...
I vaguely remember the car. I remember it was so odd you can't forget it, but I don't really remember much about it. We were so busy. It's hard to look at everything and meet everyone.
Stray Bullet says there's no small speed limit for certified airplanes that I know of. There is. Not aware of it. Light Sport is 45. And Light Sport is a class of aircraft. And Part 91, that's what I was thinking about. Part 91 is way high. Yeah, I'm thinking Part 91 is 60-something. Dean Stevenson, Symbol Woman. 38 Racing, it started with a D. The D. Oh, yeah, Nick Nassinger says, my glass air stalls at 65 knots. It said it's scary fast airplane. Well, yeah, but that's a home built. Aren't home builds exempt from that? Yeah, because it's not doesn't have a type certificate. Glass air is a nice airplane. Dean Stevenson singing. Started with the K's. 38 says, I think it had Bird at the end. Started with a D and had Bird at the end. D-Bird.
D-Bird.
Who is that? Who was that? I remember the car real well. I don't remember who it was. Who had that at No Name Nationals this year? or this last year.
Okay, give me help.
Had the I'll be there in a second. Had the he bought a Vega, a white Vega that was full cage, everything, and it was god dang fast. Who was that? Man, that was, I'll know his name as soon as I hear it. Oh, okay, got it loose. You gotta wait for him. Am I off camera? Yeah, my pants are falling down. I have to fix my pants before I try to do any work because I'll have to be pants.
Okay. There. It's fairly fair.
Okay, now my pants won't fall down. Got the window.
Yep.
I'm thinking this needs to move back and up. To move back, I think this dash pad's in the way.
No, it's not. It's there's a. Let me see something.
This side doesn't move like that side.
Doesn't?
Mm-mm. Maybe it does. Yeah, it does a little bit. Well, this thing's gonna be heavy, and this is gonna. Can you grab that wiper and put it down? Oh, jeez. Because this is gonna scrape the shit out of the window when we try to pick the window up.
I don't know how to take these off.
Just pry them off. They got take a fork.
Okay, there's a little linkage here I have to disconnect. All right, I'll work on it some more.
Okay. You know what I mean? You know that fork-shaped pry bar we have? Well, that's not it.
Well, just relax. I'm gonna.
Just relax.
Go ahead. Go back.
Kim knows what she's doing.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but you know.
Oh well, I thought you were gonna work on the wipers.
That's what I'm doing. See, look, here's the motor.
38 Racing. Let's
And
see
if
here.
I just disconnect the linkage here.
Yeah, Wags Automotive. That's who it was.
Okay, 2 points. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. I like that Vega. And I heard he had it for sale, and I'm like, oh, I want it, but there's nothing I can afford. So, just what I need, a Vega that turns into 5s or whatever. Wow, helicopter flying over. Helicopter flying over low.
There, I got it. Good. Man.
Is that the windshield wiper motor?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, feeling great. Swing.
That's what I'm afraid of. It's like there's something in the middle.
Wait. All right.
Dean Stevenson says 6% recycled on Cheryl. Dean Stevenson says you can do anything in a Vega, Buff, and no one will ask because. Oh, what happens in Vegas? Wrong kind of Vega.
Vegas. That's all right.
Mexican Spec says, what is the under and over on the windshield cracking? What is the under and over?
The over-under?
I don't know what he's talking about.
On the windshield getting busted. They're taking bets.
Oh, they're taking bets.
They're betting against me. That's what I
Oh, yeah, here's a guy, Mexican Spec, lived in Las Vegas long enough that he takes bets on everything.
It's like, what's the over-under on Kim?
Yeah, Wags had the Cosworth Vega the year before. Yeah, and he traded it for that other one. And, you know, the Cosworth's a pretty interesting car, you know, and it's worth something because it's a Cosworth. But, man, I like that race car that he got. I think he made a good trade. I really like that car that he got because it was just so goddamn fast. It was a pretty nice car, you know. Nick is searching for the FARs for stall speeds right now. Could be. He's an airline pilot, so he's got to know all the regs real well.
What's the over-under? Mexican spec, you're the one taking the you're the bookie for that one.
Dean Stevenson. It's okay if you have kids to a lovely girl you met in Vegas. Then your deeds outlive you.
Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Dirty. I think they're right. I think there's 2 more bolts under here.
Hitsy Fluff. I just started programming 5-axis simulations of my mill, and I can feel the power. So many options become available just tilting the part. Holy shit. Well, see, here's these things Kim needs.
Show them there.
She needs some of these things made. Only the top part has to have a place to bolt on a log for a carburetor to be on. So I don't know. I guess I could draw up something like that. Get you some chunks of billet aluminum, some 6061 or something. You make them.
Or can you make them out of some kind of mild steel? What can you make them out of?
Want to make them out of mild steel?
Just like a weld tool.
Oh, then you can weld it. Yeah, I mean it's going to be a lot harder. I was thinking if you make them out of aluminum, and there's a flange on the top, you also had corresponding bolt holes. You could bolt something on top.
Yeah, that's true. That would work. Okay, let's see. This should be a little better.
Mexican Spec says, I don't know what it means, but I've heard it. The over and under. How long did you live in Las Vegas, Mexican Spec?
You don't know what it means? Don't lie. We know you know.
Buddy Carfano says, what is this? Agent 108 inches from Dean Stevens. Okay, Buddy Carfano says, windshield goes into 1,000 pieces. No, that's what happened to my side window.
One more. I'm getting tired. This is wearing me out, people.
Junkyard D's here.
Hey, welcome to the stream, Junkyard D.
Mr. Straight Up 111.
What do I get if I get it out of here? They already gave nice donations.
They gave really nice donations tonight. Mexican Beck said he was there 10 hot years. Yeah, you know, it gets warm in the summer there. I don't know. I always liked that. The weather there was fine. I was fine with it. I like Yuma a little bit better, but Dean Stevenson says state secret, Buff. Junkyard, do you drive a Yugo, Dean? Yugo. I always thought Yugo, I thought they should build a little van. Then you could take more people to help push. Kim, Mexican Spec saying, Kim, why do you think the windshield frame pulls out?
Oh, it does, definitely.
She says it does definitely.
I don't know how to get it out just yet. But you can tell because there's a double gasket.
There's a double gasket. There's a gasket around the window, and then there's a gasket between the whole assembly and the car. Dean Steve's not yet, but I could. I'm worried that I'll break the gear shift like UTG did. Oh, what happened? I don't even know about what happened. Did you break a gear shift? You did find another bolt?
Yeah.
Yeah, found another bolt.
There's 3 bolts that go into the cowl.
That's the thing. When you're trying to take something apart, and there's 3
bolted
bolts
off.
and you only take 2 of them out.
And you saw how hard I was yanking on it, and it didn't break.
I could
but
tell.
your windshield, your passenger window exploded.
My passenger window exploded. I mean, that was crazy. I was just standing. It was like I was standing there. I couldn't believe it. It's like bomb went off. Man.
This car only has 74,000 miles.
Yeah, this car, she says it only has 74,000 miles on it.
I guess it's a lot.
It only has 74 pounds of Bondo on it.
Oh, about more than 74. That hood alone has 74. Man. Yep.
Lester says it looks like there's a third bolt from the inside on the clamp that holds the post. I think that's the one she found.
No, there's some that go from the cowl into the dash as well.
Okay, but you think you
I
found
found
them?
the ones that go down into the post. Oh yeah, look at it now. She's a loose.
It's about the same.
No, it's loose now.
74,000 miles in 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet both those miles were put in the first 10 years.
I'll bet you, because it's been sitting for at least 15. All right, I think we got it now. You want to help me? Look, see how this gasket's moving?
Yes.
I think it might come out. I don't know. Lift up.
Something caught. It's not going to see whatever these bolts go into on the side, that goes forward. So it's not going to come up. It's got to come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. I just can't get it to do it.
Yeah, I still think it's running into this pad. I think the whole thing is running into the pad. It'll come back. Man, that's a terrible looking gasket, isn't it?
It's in bad shape.
Ooh.
It's all in bad shape. I'm glad we're not trying to reuse it. Because we'd be starting to rack up, $20, $30, $40, $50 a piece for these custom things, and then all of a sudden, you're into a fortune. You're at a fortune.
So Dean Stevenson, my mini estate had wheels of 2,140 millimeters, 84.3 inches. But my other minis had 80-inch wheelbase. Without buying Serbian, I could get less inches for less money. Some of the Irish people here will tell you how dodgy UK cars are. Did they build cars in New Zealand, Dean? Or did they like kit build British cars there, or were there any New Zealand design cars? Shows you what I know. Roddock says start it up.
Okay. I was looking for some kind of gas tank earlier. I could start it up. I did.
Let's see, it says here. Mexican Spec says, from Google, not. After having great difficulty getting 2 of the 3 nuts off across the frame bottom and cutting under the seal to get release from the body, still would not come off. Yeah, we never had to cut under there because the seal released underneath, but it won't lift up. I think it's got to go back some. Dean says they were Czechoslovakian. Only Trekkers. They were Czechoslovakian. Well, what is that? A Skoda? I rode in a Skoda one time in England, but it was it was in '09. It was a brand new car, but it's the only Skoda I ever rode in. Didn't feel like, all the old Skodas were pretty interesting old cars, but I never got to ride in any of those or drive one. Dean says, but the steel was New Zealand, bent and pressed. Oh, I see. So they were built there. Skoda with a thing over the O. I don't know what that means. It's pronounced somehow, probably differently. What were those other cars that were made in Czechoslovakia? Had the big fin on the back. Had the V8 engine in the back. Can't think of it. I think it was an air-cooled V8 engine. Oh, it's an Octavia or Octavia. I don't know how you pronounce that, with extra height. What would have been a brand new Skoda in 09 that they would have had in England? I don't know. That's what I wrote around it. So it was a rental they had for. We had a big project going, and we had some rental cars around. We had one of the cars we had was a. Now here I am. Somebody's going to get some points because I can't pull a name up. Looks good, you know. Hussein's Rockets. Uh, the what was the British GM car? God, I know what it is. I can't think of it. Vintage says, I'm calling in tonight. I have a wedding to go to tomorrow. Good night. Okay, take care, man. Have a good night. Have fun at the wedding.
Enjoy your event.
Lester the Sabres. Some say the posts rust into the clamps at the bottom and to spread the clamps apart.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's what she's doing right now.
2 points. You got it.
Yeah.
Exactly what I'm doing.
Lester the Sabre, you hear her? She goes 2 points. That's exactly what she's doing.
There's clamps down here.
Those German cars that the German World War II officers kept getting themselves hit. No, it was Vauxhall. Yeah, Vauxhall. There you go. Lester Sabre got another one. There's 2 points. Yeah, Vauxhall. So what's an 09 Vauxhall something? It just looked like, I'll tell you what, in that car, I rode around that thing. I drove it. It felt exactly like an American General Motors car. It was no different. It was something I'd never seen before, but it was like a little four-door GM car. The interior looked the same, drove the same. Did not feel like, except the steering wheel was on the wrong damn side. Yeah, because they got to do that. Of course, Dean's used to that.
Come on. Hey, can you get me a mallet?
A mallet. Okay, I got to remember where I am here. 38 Racing, you're next. Let's see here. A mallet. What kind of mallet? Rubber, plastic?
Some pretty, actually. It's probably heavy. Maybe the brass one if it's there. The brass one?
Looking for it.
Anything. I don't care.
Don't see the brass one.
Okay, anything. I don't care.
I'm bringing you 3 of them that are not brass.
Give me the rubber one. I don't know if that'll work.
She asked for a mallet. She's getting 3 of them.
Can't.
She's only taking 1.
Can't use 3 at once.
Can't use 3 mallets at once?
Not that I'm aware of.
I could swing 2 baseball bats at once. Let's see here. 38 Racing. Hey, JYD. Who is the guy with the Jeep-bodied Mini at No Name Nationals? Nick Nefsinger. All right. Chat. What cars are you currently working on? I'll start. 89 E30 325 BMW ground up restoration. Oh, wow. I didn't know you. I had no idea, Nick, you were into cars. Most of the people here, or a lot of them, there's a group of us that go to the No Name Nationals, which is an AHRA event in Missouri every year, and we race whatever we bring. And there's some fast cars there, but then there's a lot of us that have like 6-cylinder cars, and we just race against each other. We have a good time. Everybody kind of helps everybody, and it's more of a fun event than a drag race. You very rarely see any of the spectators in the stands because they're all in the spectators down there helping everybody. It's a really fun event. straight. What's the stall speed on that E30? Better not get it airborne. Let's see here. We had the Vectra here, garbage on wheels. Mexican spec says you have to restore an 89 BMW. I remember them in really nice condition. Dean says it felt normal to drive on the left side of the car in the Mustang. But then I had to drive on the left side of the road in New Zealand. That was complicated. Yeah, I rode around in England in a car that was, it was a Russian car. There were two of them, Russian cars. Of course, in Russia, they're like here, they drive on the right side of the road with the steering wheel on the left side of the car. So they're Russian cars in England. So I'm sitting in the passenger side whizzing down a road where I'm like this far from the cars coming the other way. It just felt really strange. But it was a friend of mine there that was into Russian cars. .38 Racing, thanks, D. It started with D, just like I thought. Oh, wait a minute, I missed something. Oh, it's Hubert Projects. Missed that. Hubert Projects.
Come on! Nah.
The crap out of it.
Man, feet.
I'm starting to get the feeling that the Sawzall.
The saw don't tempt me now. I'm not quite there, but I'm getting close.
We sell right-hand drive Mustangs now, Dean. Junkyard D, 38. It took me a while to find it just because of the spelling. Schnell is close to Schnell. Mexican spec says, see, I win the internet. It said to use the hammer.
Said to use a hammer. It
You
ain't
did say,
working.
and then Mike Murphy says, you did say hammer. Leslie Saber says, being a passenger in the left front of a car in England was unnerving for me. I don't know. That was a little strange, but not really because we're on the other side of the road and everything. The thing got me was going down a 2-lane road. And in the U.S., I don't know how New Zealand is or any other countries. In the U.S., they mow the grass on either side of the roads. So if there's a curve, you can see around the curve easily. And in England, they just let everything grow like this right next to the road. So if you're going around a little bit of a curve, you can't see anybody coming the other way until they're right on top of you. And riding around on the right side of a Russian car in England with the cars whizzing by, I mean, I wouldn't even see the car coming. Then all of a sudden it's there and whoosh, goes by. And I'm like, whoa. I was not liking that. But driving in England, I had to think a little bit. My concern in England was that something unusual had happened and I just turned right. And I knew I really had to turn to the left.
I don't even know what this is made out of.
Dean says it's kind of funny to look under an Australian Cortina 6 with power steering and see the same steering rack under an 81 Mustang. It's really easy to do a right-hand drive Mustang with an Aussie Cortina rack. Really? And like I was saying on another one, we sold at least one Mustang meaning an airplane, like a T-51 Mustang, to a guy in New Zealand, and his job was he had a business where he did right-hand drive conversions. He said a lot of his were Mustangs, and this was probably in the early 2000s, and he was doing a lot of them. But I asked him about it, and he said, well, they make fiberglass molds of everything and just do a mirror image of everything. And Set it all up. Junkyard D. Oh, hey, there's a blue car in there. Yeah, it's a little tiny blue car. It's coming apart.
See if the other camera's still on. I don't know if it is or not.
This one?
Oh, the other one.
Oh, I'm checking cameras, people. It is still on.
You could show the whole thing. Full frame. Next one. Next box down.
Next box down.
There it is.
There I am sitting
It
sideways.
was. It looked more like a car a little earlier.
Let me get out of the way. See, how do I get out of the way? Get out of the
A lot more like a car earlier.
Yeah, now it's starting to look like a torn down car.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get it all the way down to the frame, and then it'll be a real project. Nick says, Mexican Spec, TLDR, it was my younger brother's car. He turboed it, caged it, all for quarter-mile stuff. He passed, ooh, and I inherited it. I want to bring it back as an insane daily. Your younger brother passed. Oh, man. Sorry to hear that. Dean says, Nick, I made a personal goal to never do another car. So I'm doing a home-built V8 engine. Really? Then you had to live in a third world country for a year. What country would it be? Oh, man. I don't know. Somewhere I speak the language, but Russia is such a mess, but it's not a third world country. Although it kind of seemed like it was when I was there. I don't know. Mongolia. I'd have to learn the language. Wouldn't that be fun? Expect Nick Knife Singer. I bought a 91 3 Series convertible one time. I was not impressed by it for the price I paid. Hey, Mexican Spec, how many cars have you owned? Do you know? You may not know because you're a car dealer. I remember I had a lot of cars. I always keep track of the car.
Oh, put it back to you. I don't want to see me.
Okay. I put it on where you wanted it. I think about all the cars that I owned that I drove that were in my name, but I never count any of the ones. Sometimes I talk about one that was on my used car lot, but I don't really consider those as mine. Rod, some people say I already do, but they are wrong. They're wrong, but they say it. Yeah, we're looking at the back of your head. Yeah, well, Kim asked me to change cameras. I just did what I said. Dean Stevenson. Edsel Bryant Ford was assistant manager. Uh-oh. Kim's lighting something.
Why is this propane torch not working?
Edsel Bryant Ford was assistant manager for Ford Australia, so the Cortina shared a few American parts. Well, you can't see what Kim is doing. She's trying to light a plastic lighter, and I think she's melting the lighter.
I don't like this propane torch.
It stinks over here, like propane, like propane that's not burned. What are you doing?
I'm trying to light this propane torch. Watch. There it goes. Now it's okay.
Okay, what do you? I hope you're not going to burn that car down. Mexican Spec says in the hundreds of my own cars. See, Olive says Mongolian biker metal is pretty darn cool. Olive, you know what you listen to? You probably already know about this. You know about the Who, and it's spelled H-U, not like the Who in America, but the Who, H-U. Man, do they do some good music, and they've toured the U.S. a couple of times. Just I know somebody that knows them, and that's how I got turned on to it. And what a great group! And they've got a YouTube channel with probably 1 million subs, and you can find the Who. It's one of my favorite bands. And then they've done some work with Jacoby Shaddix, who sings in English while they're singing in Mongolian. Now they're switching off. And oh man, that stuff's good too. Because Jacoby Shaddix is American, and I think he's American. He speaks English anyway, and he makes it so it's all understandable for somebody who doesn't understand Mongolian. Nick says, my younger brother was the reason I got into Beamers. I've had 5 now. Love them all. Yeah, my son got into that. My son's, can't believe he bought a BMW, but he bought a BMW. Something smells really hot, Kim.
Yeah.
What? You need...
Set garbage torches.
Jeez.
It's probably not... What? Set garbage.
No, I'm just thinking that it's just stuff won't keep burning. Rodog says, watch her burn a hole in the floorboard.
There ain't no floorboard.
There ain't no floorboard. It's all rust anyway. Actually, what I'm worried about is she set something on fire that'll be too big and we can't put it out. 38 Racing says, good night all. I need to rip apart a brand new tractor tomorrow. What? Why do you have to rip apart a brand new tractor? Well, anyway, have fun. Take care, man. Dean Stevenson says, Northwest African Touareg Berber rock is awesome too. I expect I don't listen to music in Spanish. I don't listen to music in Mongolian. Oh man, the Who, H-U, is it's amazing. Yeah, Jacoby Shaddix. Yeah, he's yeah. If you want to, you got to see that sometime. If you like Jacoby Shaddix, go to the Who, H-U, and Jacoby Shaddix. You'll find it on YouTube. I think you'll find it somewhere, and it's pretty good.
Help me get this out of here so I can put the fire out. Or actually, no. Let me find water so I can put the fire out.
How about a fire extinguisher?
I don't want the fire extinguisher. Just some water.
38 Racing says front axle spider gears on a brand new tractor. Okay, I've got to leave the chat for a minute while I help Kim take the car.
Fire's out. Okay, I got to turn the thing back on. What's burning?
Something smells like it's burning.
Something's burning. It's burning.
Is that water or alcohol? We got spray bottles with water and spray bottles with alcohol, and they look the same. Working under a dash with a torch. That's new.
Shush. Had to happen. Okay, we're turning the camera back on. Okay. A little bit of torching. And now. No?
No, it's moving in the wrong seal.
Moving in the wrong seal.
I'm watching this seal spread apart. So I'm tweaking it enough so the window's moving in there.
Is yours lifted off? Lifts a lot.
Yeah, but I still say it's got to come back. It can't come back with that dash pad there. It cannot come back with the dash pad there.
It's not even touching. It is kind of stuck to the dash.
Yeah, it is.
Well, crap. Okay.
No, you don't want to hear that.
Hang it. I don't know how to do all this. Hold the car apart.
Take the whole damn car. It was your idea to bring it in here. I was ready to bring the Valiant in here and make a Ute, and you decided to bring this one in here first and make a whatever the hell we're making, a aluminum car. Let's see. I'm a lot of chat went by while I was over there screwing around. This is one I got. Came out as a fire, yeah. Bryce Cooley, don't buy the Bronco Sport. Okay. We know you don't like that. Kim and I were talking about you this afternoon. I said if he comes in here and says that again, I'm gonna cancel him. No, man, just drop it. You know, we all know you don't like that vehicle. So talk about something else.
Don't ride a Bronco Sport. It's made in Mexico and it's junk. Not sponsored.
And you go on and on and on every time you come in here.
You don't like it. Brought to you by Bronco Sport, now made in Mexico.
Bryce Cooley, I sound like Scotty Kilmer. You know, Bryce, we have somebody in here from Mexico that's a really good guy that is selling cars from Mexico, and you just don't care. It's like one of our very first viewers in here.
Biggest sponsor. Just come out of here. Come on.
Let's see here.
Please.
Next, expect the 3-cylinder turbo in the Suzuki Swift moves along pretty good. Yeah, that does. You know what's really fun is that little Suzuki. What was it that? God, now I can never think of his name. He's in Eastern Tennessee. He brought that Suzuki to No Name Nationals with a Buick V6 in the back, mid-engine. My God, that thing was fast, and he drove it there from Eastern Tennessee. Next suspect. Do I get to time somebody out? Bruce Cooley, I don't like wet belt 3-cylinder engines. Can we be friends? How cool would it be if the Bronco had a 5-liter? It doesn't. Or buy one. Go out and buy one of those Mexican cars and then put a 5-liter V8 in it. That's what we do here. We take stuff that we want it a little different than it originally was, and we make it different. So Bryce, instead of badmouthing something that's in Mexico, build something. Use your imagination and make something. Most of the stuff I don't like, I just ignore it. Do something else.
This sucks. I'm just gonna break this windshield.
What would you do about the dash pad? You're gonna try to get it above the dash pad. Let's see here. Tom Anderson, Kubota excavator commercial for me. I guess I might have to buy a new one. So you get what's he get? I know you're not paying attention, Kim. He gets 2 points?
Of course he gets 2
points. Okay. Well, you're the one that gives the points, not me. Mike Murphy, I don't disagree with him. Is it because it's made in Mexico? It's cheaply made car. Yeah. Bryce Cooley. What were those Ford engineers thinking about putting a 3-cylinder engine in a full-size SUV? Well, you know what they're thinking about. They're trying to get the fuel economy they can get any way they can. And they've got they had the cafe standards.
I guess you're right. I don't know. This dash is part of the car. Part of the cowling of the car.
Well, maybe the windshield came down a conveyor belt and they built the rest of the car around it. kind of like a heater core.
I don't know. I'm gonna give up.
What about the Suzuki van? Those
Something
little baby
else.
vans?
Work on something else. Figure it out later. Pissed off now. One of my things to work.
GM puts a 4-cylinder in their full-size trucks. Doesn't Ford do that too? I don't know. I drove a big full-size Ford truck, and it was pleasant to drive. But I opened the hood, looked at his little tiny engine way down in there, and it was a rental I had. I think it was a V6, some little tiny engine. Like that, saying, "Okay, I'm ignorant, but would you please tell what car she's working on? I keep thinking it's an MG. It's pretty close, but I don't think I got that right. Yeah, okay, Kim, let me get this right because I said it wrong earlier. It is a Triumph Spitfire. It's a 1971 Triumph Spitfire, and we're gonna remove the body from the frame because we got camera issues here. Oh God, I'm gonna try to fix this camera. The problem with the camera is it starts getting hot, and then it goes all max headroom. So that car has been rusted so far, and they bonded over it, and then the rest of the metal rusted away, and so they bonded over that. So it's just a piece of junk. But the frame and the engine runs good and everything, so we're going to build an aluminum body for it. So she's in the process of just tearing it down to the point where we can.
I'm just taking as much off of this frame as we can. Well, the frame, there's some obvious damage. The frame is going to need repairs. So I want to get it down to where we can easily work on it. But I promised I would get it started, so I've shifted sock pivot to where we're going to start the thing. You guys on board for a start?
Oh, do you want to start it?
I'm going to start.
I still smell something that smells really hot.
Yeah, I don't see any more smoke, so I think it went out like this.
She doesn't see any more smoke, so she thinks the fire went out.
Yeah. That exact thing.
Yeah, Rodog says the Ford truck with the V6 EcoBoost flies with the twin turbo. That may be the one I drove because when I opened up the hood, the engine was way down in there somewhere. But I was able to pass cars on a 2-lane road with that thing pretty easily. See here, Mexican spec says Ford is still building vehicles in Mexico. They're going to cover the tariff and still sell them. And that's probably what they need to do, at least for a while. Rodog says, yeah, start it. Mexican spec says, I got an ad for the Riviera Maya. Don't go there. What is it?
Don't go there.
They're paying our bills, and you don't want us to go there. Kim, I still smell something hot.
Nah, the stuff that I burned is not hot anymore. It's okay. It's okay. Keep your eyes
Right, says this is why cars say cost more than a house. Too many of you. Yeah, we know all this. Everybody here knows all this. And you know, Bryce, that's why we're building our own stuff. We just skip right over that. You know, you go to somebody like Mexican Spec, you can get a car that's 25 years old that's kind of like an American car or probably an American-esque car built in Mexico. You know, and you get like a Fairmont there with a 302 that's got the Mexican 302, which is a better engine than the U.S. 302, and no smog on it. And it's a you know, and they're down there where it's dry and there's no salted roads and everything. And he'll give you great service. He'll get the car to you in the U.S., help you get it registered, you know. And so there's all these older cars that are available, and you can make them good, you know. That's why I'm driving a 47-year-old car, trying to drive a 47-year-old car till the window broke. Now I got to
There are
find a
some
window.
downsides to cars that old. I'll give you that.
See, Mexican spec. I asked TK if I buy a vehicle in Monterey, would you want me to stop at the Saltillo plant where they build the Hemi engines? Ooh.
I gotta see. I got a battery. Do you have a?
Do I have a battery in my pocket? What, Kim? Do I have a what? Now she's mad at me because I smarted off to her. Stray Bullet says, Buff's going to wake up in the middle of the night. Say, Kim, I still smell smoke.
Do we have a electrical meter?
Yeah, they're in, looks like you found it. Yep, it's in that thing. Couldn't think of the name of that thing. Buddy Garfano, I heard Mexican Fairmont comes with a door glass. You know what's really sad is I get one of those door glasses from Mexican Spec. I just asked them to get me one. Except they never built the coupes down there. They only built the box tops down there. So there is no Mexican Fairmont coupes. PNR Racing says inside firewall jute blanket pad may be burning slowly.
Probably.
She goes, probably. Hey, the battery fits.
Probably some stuff.
Wow, how'd you make that gasoline not spill and it's upside down? It's just forced in there.
Yeah.
What's going to happen when, is there a hole in the bottom? Or does it just collapse as the air, as the gas goes down?
Oh, it'll collapse, yeah.
It'll collapse, okay.
Yep.
Mexican Spec says, and I have no way to ship glass. And I'll tell you what, everything you've shipped me's come here in really good shape.
All right, now this is for real, for realsies. Do you want to be part of this video, or?
Do I want to be part of the video? Okay, what do you want me to do?
Will it start? I got the
Will
fuel
it start?
system. Got the fuel system. Little thing, a little boop 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 boop. So we got fuel, we got battery. Hopefully we have battery here. Where's? Oh, I think I need the jumper to the ignition coil. Oh, I did this before already. Jumper hot to the ignition coil wire. Just jam it in here. And then I think I just jumped.
Is it out of gear?
I don't know. It zapped a little bit.
You got zapped?
A little bit.
Ooh.
About 12 volts worth. Ready? Give me a spritz of something hot.
Hot.
Well, yeah, some fire starter. Fire make it happen.
Where's that thing I had with the avgas in it? Still at the house.
What's up at the house? What do we have that's flammable? Power loop flammable.
Just grab the can.
Oh, I got this.
I was gonna say grab the avgas and I'll just shoot a little in there.
Starting fluid.
Starting fluid.
Yep, give it us beans. I'm ready.
You ready? Oh, that didn't sound good. Hang on, nothing comes out when I push the button.
That's a top notch.
This has no pressure. It's got juice in it and no pressure.
Oh yeah, that's not so helpful. Let's see what else I can find.
It just runs the flammable shit down my arm. It doesn't spray. Water bottle spray that firewall jute pad. She did that. Make a short showing the car starting. And we'll have every camera going. Dean Stevenson. It's got Lucas Electrics and a Zenith Stromberg intake fuel system.
Okay, here.
What else could go wrong? What is this? Oh, gum out. That'll burn.
Okay. Wait, are we in? Oh, yeah, we're going.
Just a minute, just a minute. Okay. That ought to be enough.
That ought to do it, huh?
Here.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'll just drown it. That's always works. It started to start.
Something fell off. What's this? Or something. Joke, maybe.
A limey could come out of an underground tunnel. Hey, we started a Studebaker in here. A bunch of mice nests came all the way through the whole tailpipe and shot out into the shop. Feeding the carburetor. Mexican Spec says that almost sounds like an electric car. Electric cars don't make any noise, do they? They gotta have speakers in the back so it sounds like a car. Maybe the fuel's going uphill into the can.
Maybe. Oh, that sounds lovely, huh?
Got a bald spot in the firewall on the flywheel.
We're not there anymore.
Oh. Do that, yeah. Here, I'll shoot some. Yeah, you gotta let some air in there, I think. She sprays it in, then when she releases it, sucks it back up out. Yeah, there. Let air in the other way.
And it's got to have gas in it now.
It's got gas in it now.
Yeah.
Don't put your finger in there. Yeah.
Okay, you ready with the spray?
Yep.
First part you get. Not bad, huh?
Can anybody hear it running? You hear it running, or is it silent? Looks like the mic's picking it up. It's running right now. They say they can't hear it running. They said basically, Mexican Spec says I can hear a little rattling. That's it.
That's all there is. It's pretty black. It's not even that.
It's quiet engine.
Not bad, huh?
Quiet engine.
That'd be okay for an aluminum car. We don't believe it unless we hear it say straight bullet. All right, guys.
Okay, here's what we need to do. Before it gets too hot, I don't know if that makes coolant in it.
It does.
What is this?
All right, just clean my hands a little bit here.
Okay, here. You can't. Well, leave it running. Leave it running so it can get short.
Making sure it stays lit. Are you gonna?
Yeah, something like that. I want to show you what you do.
Ready? Go!
Buffed out Campo here. Got to talk over the sound of this car because it's running. It's got it running. But we're starting to take the body off. This is kind of this future gonna be an aluminum car. So I wanted everybody to see it. It'll run. It's gonna drive. Ah, good job, Kim. Thank you.
Seconds.
Oh, that's like it's about 4 minutes.
It feels like it doesn't. Clickety clickety clackety.
He sends its full pedals, nerve, stat. That like a.
I mean, it's unbelievable. It runs this fast.
Yeah, it's too good to throw away.
It's a damn shame.
But you know what? We put a body on this. We'll be able to drive it up to car shows and stuff, and maybe put it on a trailer and take it somewhere. What happened?
There's a bug.
Oh,
Yeah, it's got a little 4-speed motor. It's
4-speed motor, 4-speed transmission.
yeah, simple.
Garage door. The garage door is open. I went and opened it. It's like getting cloudy out there, Tim. I'm thinking it burns oil.
I mean, it's sat for 15 years. It probably needs to work.
Yeah, the rings are probably stuck.
But listen, it grabs up. Happy. It's a happy little motor.
It's happy.
It's a happy little motor. Oh, they got commercial.
Ron Anderson, Miller Welder commercial. Points.
All right. Shut it down.
Shut it down.
It's just so simple.
Mexican spec says it's a 441 4-cylinder, 4-speed, and single exhaust. Oh man, look at the cloud in here.
Yeah.
It's like the air's blowing it in.
Yeah.
Oh look, you can see it in our camera. You can look at our video.
Yeah.
The whole inside of this shop is full of smoke.
A little bit. Yep.
Yeah, Mike says those rings will come around.
That's right. It'll come right around.
Yep.
Yeah. It will. You know?
We'll put some marble down in the spark plug holes or something. Or what works best is vinegar. But vinegar doesn't burn. I don't want to put that in there.
Probably needs a little bit
Oh, that oil is awful
of fresh
looking.
oil.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to change the
Hasn't added.
change the grease.
You know what? Under the valve cover, it looks beautiful. You wouldn't
Oh,
even
you had the
believe.
valve cover off.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Because I was worried because it wouldn't start. What was wrong with it? I can't remember why I couldn't get it to start. It was something simple, but it wouldn't start. Took the valve cover off to check to make sure it didn't have a bent push rod or a stuck valve or anything like that. It looked beautiful under there, and I was like, well, shit, that ain't it. And then I figured it out. I don't remember what the heck I did. I don't remember.
Wow. Yeah, it's
Starts.
that's good.
Right? You guys got the exclusive content, live stream exclusive.
Oh yeah, that's right. Buddy Carfano remembers. The plug wires were crossed up.
Look, that's right. Thank you. 2 points, Buddy Carfano. The plug wires were out of sequence.
Yeah, so it was like firing order that would never work.
It would never have worked. I'm gonna turn the fan on. We're gonna blow some of this stank.
Tim thinks we're gonna blow all this out of here. I don't know. There's a lot of smoke in here.
Well, we'll get a little bit.
Mm.
Blow it out, set it in.
Stinks in here.
Did I show you guys? Did you guys see how bad these tires were?
Oh, I don't know if they saw them. I'm probably sitting in the way. Oh yeah, that's what happens when a car's sitting for a while.
They can't really tell. I don't think they can.
Oh yeah, you can tell this.
Can you
Everything's all separated. What a piece of junk.
Here, do you want to do a short of this?
No.
No. You're like, get that out of here. I don't want to do it. Shit.
Now she smeared a tire on me. Yuck. Let's see here. Tom Anderson. That's kind of a change for me. Miller Welder. Usually I get a Kubota excavator or skid loader commercial. Now I feel like I need to buy a Kubota excavator. That's what I want. I'd love to have an excavator here.
Oh, we would excavate.
We would be having fun, yeah. But so yeah, you get looks good. One for 60 grand.
Is that all? Shoot. Buy two. They're small.
60 grand, you go out and buy a 3-cylinder Ford truck.
3-cylinder Ford truck. There you go.
See, I'm determined to make what's his name upset.
You're giving him a really
Giving him a hard time, yeah.
He's never coming back to our channel.
Let's see here.
Yeah, me.
This is one I get. We need a big shop van. We have kind of a shop van that's
We got one.
not real big, but it's big enough.
Did he go away? Did you run him out of the shop?
I don't know if I ran him out. I hope I didn't run him out. But I mean, he comes in here and every time he comes in, his first words is to hate on this Ford truck, you know.
Coming back. I've been too much lying. Waste too much time. Now I'm feeling crying.
So she got tired of screwing with the windshield and started up. That's pretty good.
Well, I promised them I would. I come through when I say I will.
Buddy Carafano says a can of Fix-A-Flat and that tire will be good.
That's right, buddy. You tell them. That tire's still good. Oh, I put a tube in that one.
Tube in it. That's why this one's got a tube
yeah,
in
look
it.
at the inside right here. Look at this inside edge.
Look.
Look right here. Look how bad it is.
Okay. I don't know if that camera won't reach that far. Yeah, it's got a tire here that looks almost as bad. She put a tube in it so she could roll the car around.
13-inch tires are hard to come by around here. They don't just. The people rotten. The ones that were on the that were on my Dart, they were so rotten.
This one I get says not the box fan that Kim just plugged in. Yeah, I need one of those big old evacuation fans. A mofo driver, how you doing? You missed the car run. Oh well. This car, Kim just got it running and started.
Stunk the place up real good.
Now we're waiting for all the smoke to dissipate.
It's bad. It's bad.
Tom Anderson, those are Maypop and tires. They're Maypop, and they may pop at any time.
Maypop hazard tires. They're a hazard because they may pop.
Wait a minute, what is this? They're talking about subs they've toured. U-505 is a German type. IXC 9C submarine built for Germany's Kriegsmarine during World War II. She was captured by the U.S. Navy on July 4th, 1940, or on June 4th, 1944.
Actually, you know what? This does have floorboards in it.
Okay, that's the one that's. Where is that? That's in Chicago or somewhere up there now. The only subs I've been on was that Russian sub that used to be at San Diego that's now been scrapped, and the
Scrapped.
and next to it is an American sub. Oh, it got towed away, and I don't know. It was on loan to the museum that's in San Diego, and I don't know. It was rust problems gonna destroy itself. I don't know. But we have commercials coming up, so I'll just wait.
Commercials.
Commercials.
Is there anybody else live streaming tonight?
I don't know. So the Mike N says it's one of 3 subs I've toured. So what other subs have you toured? Maybe the 2 in San Diego.
There's one in Pittsburgh and permanent.
Well, there's one in Pittsburgh too.
Permanent display, I believe. There was one.
Mike Murphy got a DoorDash ad.
You know what? That's not so bad.
What is this? Mexican spec tire. Actually, Tom Anderson says Mexican spec tires are insanely expensive. Just put new ones on one of my pickups. $1,322 for 4. Now I have to buy one for a tractor tire for $3,000. Man.
Yeah, they ain't cheap. Ain't cheap.
Now we disturb the those reddish brown wasps. Man, I got a sting from one of those. Lasted 9 days before the swelling went all the way down. That was miserable. That's the worst thing I ever had. It's one of those things.
Yeah, they were mean.
Hey, I've been here since 06. So what? 19 years? 19 years before I got stung by one. I pissed him off because I didn't see him, and I reached out. He was in a paper towel, and I reached out and grabbed the paper towel, and he didn't like that.
It never happens again.
Maybe it's if she didn't like that. Tom Anderson, Milwaukee commercial for me. There's 2 more points.
Milwaukee.
Texas Spec,
Like
Tom Anderson.
Milwaukee like the beer, or Milwaukee like the tool?
Yeah, Milwaukee beer, Milwaukee tools. Let's see here. Mexican Spec, Tom Anderson. They're much cheaper here. I got 2 tires for the carryall. I sold them. They were $27.50 each. That's pesos.
What?
That's pesos, which is $137.50 each. Still not a cheap tire. Mike N says USS Drum in Alabama, USS Blueback in Portland, Oregon. What's the one? What is the American submarine that's on display in San Diego? I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but it's a submarine that they used to test. I think it's gone deeper than any other U.S. sub. It was a test article built in the late 60s, maybe. Mrs. One-Eyed Cat says she got Mrs. Food Mart ad.
Good points.
Or whatever it was. Mike N. Leslie's pool supplies commercial here. Just guess I need to clean the pool. You have a pool?
No.
Mexican specs says they're much more over there. Yeah, they probably are. Yeah, tires have gone crazy. I need to buy a set of tires for my car for much longer. And yeah, it's going to cost. Oh, you're right, Mike N. It's the Dolphin. Yes. I've been in that sub, and I've been in the Russian sub that was there. That is now, it was towed off to Mexico and scrapped in Mexico. I was in that Russian sub twice. I went there once just for the fun of it, and then I went there. A guy that I was working with that was retired Navy that had been on submarines during most of his career. I said, hey, you got to see this when we went in that Russian sub, and then we went in the Dolphin afterwards. In the Dolphin, he knew everything about it. And the Russian sub, he was looking at it, he goes, oh my God, look at this. And to steer, you had to open these valves and stuff. And he goes, look at how this works, and he was just like amazed. Because both those subs were about the same age. And that one of them was just ancient technology. Tom Anderson says, Milwaukee Tool. Kim's making a lot of noise. Inspector Bruce says USS Pompanito is berthed near Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco. Is that one you can go through? Scrapped in Mexico means running drugs to and from Colombia. I don't think this was a usable submarine. I think it was towed down there and scrapped out. Yeah, Mexican cartel is probably still using that submarine.
No.
I think the reason they got rid of it was because of corrosion. I mean, if they are, they're really taking their chances.
Mexican cartel would never do anything illegal or unsafe.
They wouldn't do anything illegal or unsafe. They'd be using aircraft.
Honestly, that's probably.
Oh, Bruce. Inspector Bruce says the Pompanito. Is that correct? Pompanito. Pompanito was used as background in a couple of movies. Okay. Mexican spec says the 4 tires put on Lester's car were 5,400 pesos installed. And what would that be? I don't know. I'm not on top of the conversion there. I guess I could look at it.
Oh.
Dean Stevenson, do I look kind of Asian to you? Others say I look kind of French. 300 for all 4 tires. Oh yeah, that's a deal. Inspector Bruce says the public can tour the sub. Doesn't run. Dean looks more like a Martian. Dean Stevenson, how many kiwi fruits can I take into Louisiana and not get arrested? Kiwi fruits. Kiwi fruit's not even from New Zealand, is it? I mean, they are now, I guess. But aren't they Chinese gooseberries? Isn't that a Chinese product that ended up being taken there? Stray bullet. They towed the Pompanito around the bay. Tires included balancing and alignment. Well, that is really a good deal then. I don't know anybody around here that does alignments. And
there's plenty of people
I don't
who
know.
Don't know them.
No, I don't know them. But they're expensive. And I'm thinking about buying a couple of plates, turn plates, and just doing it myself.
It stinks. Whose idea was it to start that stinky old car? You're a good car. Yes, you are. You're nice, baby. We like you.
You're going to get a new body car.
Yeah.
Gene, well, I won't be telling the HLS guys I have Chinese anything. Jeez. Or Chinese gooseberries. My Ken says, "We'll buy you some when you get here." Dean Stevenson go in there? Kim is running a power tool. Really hard to talk over that. So what is your vision for the car? Okay, earlier what I was saying was kind of late 50s, early 60s Chrysler, kind of fins in the back and kind of slanted headlights up front. I don't know.
Small.
But small. Yeah, this is a tiny little car. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Lester LeSabre, what is Tim taking apart now? I don't know. I think she's trying to get the body off the frame.
Everything. That's exactly.
So she's working toward that. That's the goal here, is to get this car to the point where we can build a new body on it.
We got to take the body off of the frame for sure because the frame is in rough shape.
Is the frame really in rough shape?
There's some bad spots. I don't know how bad it is.
Yeah, hopefully this frame's usable. If it's not, then I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll take the engine and
We won't know till we know.
somebody will get the engine for points.
Somebody will get the engine for points.
Yeah, Tim says, is Kim taking the body out from under the windshield?
Yeah, I couldn't get the windshield off the right the other way, so now I gotta take the car out from underneath. This could be a way.
Man, that's loud. That body might be heavy enough we can't lift it off. We'll have to
Well, that was part of why I wanted to get the windshield out of it.
get your A-frame back in here again. Remember the A-frame?
Yeah.
Is that still rebuildable, or is that completely made into something else now?
I don't know. We got stuff on it. Probably figure something out. We have the technology. It was just wood. It's not like it was anything fancy.
Bus design sounds like an Amphicar. It might look like it'll float, but an Amphicar's pretty ugly. Amphicar's kind of tall and rambler looking thing. I don't know. The yeah, it might look like something that floats. Might look like a boat when I'm done. I don't know. And gee, noise. Is anything coming undone, Kim, or is it just stuck?
That's coming. I just working it back and forth. So it spins. It just doesn't spin all the way off.
Next spec says, Buff, try to record some of the build. You might grow the channel with that. Yeah, you know, the shorts bring me a lot of subs, but you're right. I need to start doing some more.
Well, that's what this is about.
Start doing some more long form videos. Yeah, I need to do long form videos. They're like 8 to 10 minutes at least, and probably at least 3 or 4 weeks. So I know that's a goal. Another goal I have to go after. Oh, gee, one of those. We upset those brown wasps. There's a whole bunch of them flying around here.
Yeah, we smoked them out pretty hard. Well, now that the window's open, or the door's open,
Yeah,
the
it's starting to get cleared out in here.
Good times.
Patrick Silva says, just think if Tony started building the Freedom Machine. I don't like his idea of making the dashboard like come apart in half or something to get the heater core out. There's cars. The heater core goes in from the firewall side. It just has a cap, and you take the hoses off and you slide the heater core out. You know, I don't understand why they don't do that. You know, it's saving a lot of money on warranty work when heater cores go bad. See, are you going to weld everything and leave the aluminum raw or paint it? Eventually, I'll probably paint it, but I'm not going to weld it together. I'm going to do welding on the frame to get some things where I need them, and any repairs on the frame, and then it's going to be bonded and riveted like an aircraft. I built airplanes for so long, I just want to use the same kind of construction techniques that we use on the airplanes.
He's going to show off his skills.
Okay, Tim says, I have to wake the dog up. Getting cold with this snow. Time to call it a night. Okay, take care, man.
Thanks for being here.
The Mofo driver says, Buff, I like your tools shorts. You know, I was doing tools every day, and then I kind of got away from the tools and did some other things, but I sneak some tools in once in a while. Mrs. One-Eyed Cat says, I got to get up. I'm getting all tongue-tied. I got to get to bed soon to get some sleep. I almost passed out at work today, but I stayed and finished out my shift. It took me 15 minutes to drive 3 miles home tonight. Oh, man. We have to keep stopping and napping.
Whew.
Mike Murphy says, I think a lot of people would like some vlog-style videos. Oh, can you make it fly? Oh, I probably could, but...
I don't know. That's not a lot of CCs.
But Garfon says, Buff is building a DeLorean. Yeah, you could build something that looks like a DeLorean.
All the bugs loose.
Man, she's loud. Yeah, it's rattling all the bugs loose. That's right. Going. Like a backwards De Tomasa Mangusta. Man, is that ever a good-looking car. Good design work. I think the De Tomasa Mangusta is right up there. It's one of the best. There's a few cars I'd say that about, but Mangusta's got to be right up there. And I think the Mangusta is better looking than the Pantera. It's not a good car, but it's good looking thing. Do I remember the Flying Pinto? Yes, I do. Yeah, principals of the company got killed in that thing. They made some bad mistakes. Bad design mistake. Really bad design mistake. It would have been okay if they hadn't. If they'd done a little more better, more aeronautical kind of engineering instead of whatever the heck they did.
Instead of dumb,
Well,
instead of getting themselves killed.
they got themselves killed. She's what? What's beeping? Is that your camera?
Probably the camera.
Camera shut off. It was a strutted airplane, the Pinto. And wings, like this, they got bolts that go through this way. So a strutted airplane, the wing is like it's on a hinge. And then the strut takes the tension load on the bottom.
Hold on a second. One more. Okay.
So the struts take a tension load. So think about that. All that load of that wing that's going up like this is pulling on those struts. Well, whatever goes between the struts has to be able to take that tension load. And they just had it on some part of the car that was a weldment under there that, you know, you need a member going across there. And then what's happening? Just think about this. If the wing is pulling up like this, and you got a strut that comes down here like this, the fuselage then is in the middle between the struts coming down and the wing up here, and it's trying to crush the fuselage. So the members, those are compression members between the wing and the struts. Well, the car didn't have any of this stuff. So when they bolted the struts on down there, or whatever they welded onto the bottom of the car, the struts came loose. And, you know, and the whole mess came down. So you're building a strutted airplane, you have to understand how all this everything is, where the tension loads are, where the compression loads are.
I can't believe they didn't hire somebody who knew what they were doing.
And yeah. So I read the Flying Pinto had some parts attached with sheet metal screws. You know, I don't know. I know the problem was where the cross member, the tension member under the car that went to the struts was basically not there. So people still make fun of Pintos. Yeah, it's just, you know, I like Pintos. They had a couple of problems, but they were actually a pretty decent car. The whole fuel fire thing, you know, how much does a second gen Camaro weigh? You know, a Pinto got rear-ended by, it was sitting still, got rear-ended by a second gen Camaro going 70 miles an hour. Just about any small car would be in trouble. Stray bullet, there were a few engineering oversights. What decade was the Flying Pinto? I don't remember at all. Yeah, Gene Stevens says 1974, which is probably about right. Yeah, you can look it up on Google Images. There's lots of pictures of it. Yeah, 3,500 pound car going 70 miles an hour rear-ended a Pinto. It was sitting still. It's almost predictable what the results are going to be. But Ford did make some improvements to the fuel system, and the fuel system problems were on the little coupes, not on the. Oh, we got camera problems here. I'm going to try to deal with it. But they were on the coupes, not on the wagons. Trying to blow some heat out of that camera. Green screen flashes. I feel at home. Yeah, that was pretty bad, wasn't it? Yeah, camera went all green flashes, max headroom to the max.
Really?
Every couple of decades or so, somebody builds a flying car. Yeah, you know, I've worked on a couple of those projects, and every time I've worked on one, I didn't want anything to do with it, really. I'd take a job because I needed work, and then it's just, why do that? Why not just drive to the airport in a good car? Oh, here we go with ads. Wait till the ads are over. So my opinion of flying cars is, you know, you got kind of a shitty car and it's kind of a shitty airplane. Why not just drive a good car to the airport and get in a good airplane? Why go out there and take this off and put this on and bolt this on and do all this work, and then you go out, fly your car, and then come back and take it all off and make it into a car again, and or fold wings and all, just all this nonsense, you know. Just have an airplane. Mexican specs said, Capri, I can't talk. Mexican spec says the camera is telling you to wrap it up already.
It might be right. It might.
Yeah, it's been a lot of hours here. We were not going to stay on this long.
Or I was planning on being on a while. Did you guys have fun?
We've been on almost 3 hours.
Anything?
Almost 3 hours.
All right. Well, you know, not even half a day.
So, well, usually by this time you're like wiped out. So
I am wiped out. That was hard work.
And you're the one going after it, doing all the work.
Well, you helped.
The Muller air car was going to use a rotary. I'm going to use rotary engines. Oh, that thing! Oh my God, that thing had what, like 8 rotary engines that tipped. That wouldn't have used much fuel, would it? That guy passed away, I think. But he was really into that stuff. I talked to a guy that worked for him, and he really believed in the project. I thought it was ridiculous. I mean, you might have been able to make it fly. They did fly it tethered, but I don't think they ever flew it untethered. Dean Stevenson Ford Transit advertisement. You have the Transit.
2 points.
Transit there. Do you also have the Transit Connect? The Transit here is a big one.
Tom, you get 2 points for your Milwaukee ad. If there was anybody else who got an ad, you get 2 points. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The Transit here is a big van, and the Transit Connect is a small van. I was just wondering if you have the same thing in New Zealand. That was a common method for mounting a fuel tank under a number of cars back then. I mean, there were a lot of cars that had really shitty fuel tanks. I mean, the original Mustang is such a great car. That's all you hear about. But it had a drop-in gas tank that if you bumped that thing, it split open. But Ford never got hammered for that. But they got it for the Pinto. The Pinto, but the problem there is when you hit the back of the Pinto, the sides pooch out like this, and it pulled the filler neck out, and then you just got this giant hole in the side of the gas tank. Fuel would just go everywhere.
Then it explodes.
But it wasn't as bad as those Mustangs. Mustangs and Falcons, just terrible fuel tank. I don't know. They got away with it for years and nothing ever happened. Mexican spec said, yes, Buck, my father put a deposit on one. It never came to fruition. Dean Stevenson, the big one, yes, the Connect. Only via UK as a private import. Same as Tavo's van. Yeah, I've seen Tavo. Tavo's looks like a full-size Connect here. Yeah, here. I mean, even when those things came out, you go to the dealer, the stupid salesman didn't even know the difference between the Connect and the what do you call it? The first one you said. Trying to find it now. The Transit and the Transit Connect. remember talking to a salesman, he didn't even know the difference. So Tavos is a, now I have to look at the pictures again. Is it Transit or a Transit Connect? Kim drove a Transit Connect all the way across the country with a friend of hers that was moving. She had one of those. And hers was second gen. The second gen came from Spain, I think. The first gen, I think, came from Turkey. I've never driven either one. I'd like to drive it, see what it's like.
I don't know, it's just a vehicle. Nothing too special about it.
Okay, he says they're either front or rear drive. The little Connect isn't seen much. Yeah, okay. Yeah, here they were all over the place. Now I don't see them very often. And at first I was seeing them everywhere.
They were pretty popular, actually.
Yeah, and your friend has a second gen. And how did that thing drive? How was it? Like with the load in it and everything? Was it okay?
It was fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, it was an easy rider. It drive like a car.
Well, I think we probably ought to, we've been on here 3 hours. Kim?
Yeah, let me get over there and we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, because people are taking off.
Did you wear them out?
I wore them out. Dean says the gearbox was the issue, and Ford then decided not to support it as aggressively. Okay, so Mexican Spec's taking off. Yeah, we're taking off. So
okay, everybody, thank you so much for. If you're still here, you get 2 points.
2 points.
And we're always on Tuesday nights at 7 Central in the studio with the green screen. So if you haven't seen that before, check us out. And we are. I don't know if we're going to do another live this weekend.
We may not.
We'll put up a thing early as we can. We'll try and get some content out about this new project as we can. Enjoy your Easter, Passover, whatever holiday, spring holiday you celebrate. Please enjoy it. And that's it.